Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to episode number 30 of the ADHD Gamer. I have it actually up here on the screen so I can see this easier now. It's way better than fucking trying to remember it. But guys, this is the ADHD Gamer, obviously, your weekly video game and nerd culture podcast. You can find us everywhere where audio podcasts are pretty much, and you can find us at Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at ADHD Gamer Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Mike McMahon, and joined as always by Mr. Jonathan Franklin.
What's up, ADHD gamers?
And with some better audio quality now, finally, and Mr. Adam Hammonds.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
And Adam with also the better audio quality, so I'm not the only one with better audio quality. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I just want everybody to know they no longer have a trash fire of audio quality over there.
My Christmas bunny.
I also want everyone to know. Well, Adam actually went through some shit for that fucking mic. Actually, I just want everyone to know that. Look, I ain't trying to point no elbows or say no shit. Of course, you guys can't see what I'm pointing at because you're in different areas. But Jonathan's had a $300 mic for 29 episodes and hasn't used it. So I just want everybody to know that. Ahead of time. Okay. So yeah. So gentlemen, how was your week?
It's good. Living the dream, man. Not really though. I've been kicking ass at school. Is been a hell of a week, plus trying to work on shit with ADHD Gamer and shit.
Wonderful.
Ready to do it. Wonderful.
Adam, what about you, buddy? I heard you maybe done something with your finals.
Yeah, I passed both of my finals this Monday. And
fucking nerd.
I also, I got 101 or 102 on one of them, and then 90 something on the other. And then I also passed my lab check off, so I'm cleared for clinicals. So.
It's awesome, man. That's great.
Buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the good job, buddy.
Right. That's not good.
No, this is good. This is good job. This is good job in Italian. This is good job in Italian. Yes.
Double fuck you.
Yes, good job. By the way, that was not making fun of deaf people. I just want you guys to understand I have Italian family. Yeah, Adam, I like your cup there. Oh.
Thank you.
I see we have the same. Jonathan is out because he's being a Trekkie today. Oh, okay. Are you sipping on something alcoholic?
Who, me?
Well, I mean, at least he's
both of you.
Original Trek.
Yeah, at least you got the original Trek in there.
OG.
I'm
sweet tea. I had
that's
rum and
okay.
Coke at my parents' for dinner, but
I'm sipping on some peach bird dog with ginger ale and lemonade mixture. It's pretty fucking banging, actually. I think this is now going to be my new drink of choice. Are you about to vape?
No.
You looked like you were about to vape.
I was not.
You looked like it. I thought that was a jewel.
I'm sipping on tea, friend. I am not.
I thought that was a jewel in your hand. All right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, see, that's what I thought it was.
Yes.
Gentlemen, so why don't we hop into kind of what we're playing here and try to decide what we've been doing. I mean, John, let's start with you. What have you been playing this week, man? Or since Saturday, because I guess we haven't done a actual regular, I guess, news show, if you will, in a while. It's kind of been like a one topic kind of show because of end of the year type stuff, which I'm not gonna lie has been quite lovely. Because this week, just to let everyone know, in the news this week we have did I say 11 or 12?
12.
I believe we have 12 stories. Just letting everybody know it's gonna be a long news session. So John, let's start with you, man. What have you been playing?
Well, I played a little Apex today, but I also been playing one of the Epic Game Store free games, Sundered Eldritch Edition, and it's actually pretty fun. I am actually enjoying it. The art style is really cool.
I got that the other day. I remember when it came out, and I was gonna play it, but I wanted to wait until I possibly got it for either a cheap price or the free, and the free came around. So, what kind of gameplay? What kind of game is it?
It's definitely like platformer, side scrolling. Think about like Metroid, how you've got that kind of open world map type deal, but 2D.
Okay.
That's exactly how it is. You can go anywhere and you just keep traveling to these different areas, but it's all one giant map. And you get different abilities with attacks and all that different stuff. But really what what's really good about it is the art style. Like the art is just beautiful to watch. I almost died a couple times because of it, but whatever.
Awesome. Yeah. So is that really all you've been playing? You've been playing anything else really special? I
haven't had time, dude.
Okay.
Honestly, too much school shit going on.
Too much drinking. I understand. It happens. Too much drinking. I understand. It happens. When you become 30, when you become an adult. I almost at 30 years old because I'm 30, but when you become an adult, that's all you want to do is just drink. I understand. It's cool.
Yeah.
Anybody?
I wouldn't call myself an alcoholic.
No, no, but
if I was drinking 2 cases of Busch Light every day, then that might be a problem.
Really? I don't really see how that's a problem, but okay. All right. That's actually kind of light for a Polk Countyan.
That's fucking for real, though.
Yes, it is. Adam, let's hop on to you, buddy. What about anything this week from you?
I've been playing Need for Speed Heat. Finally got that. So.
Little NFS, huh? How is the Heat? Is it better than the others were?
It's different because it honestly feels like 2 different between the day and the night mode.
Right.
Night mode feels kind of like a mix of Most Wanted, the original Most Wanted, and Underground 2.
Okay, I like that already.
And
that makes me want to play it.
Yes.
And the day mode is kind of like Forza Horizons.
Okay,
the physics aren't as good as Forza, but they're close.
I'm immediately in. Can I customize? Can I have an orange Toyota Supra?
You can have an orange car. They don't have a Supra.
They don't. How do they not? How do they not?
Game over, man.
They just came out with a brand new Supra, like literally a couple months ago. A guy at the hospital that I work with has it, and they're fucking beautiful. How do you not put a 2019 Supra in there? That's fucking stupid. How do you not put a 29 or even if you really want a Supra, you go for a 96. If you really want a Supra, you go for a 96 Supra or a Skyline, if you will. That silver Skyline that Paul Walker had was.
They have the Skylines. They have
my baby.
Like a lot of all of that, and with the like Forza, you can download the different wraps, liveries, and they have the his Skyline wrap for that GTR.
Do they have a creation studio in there, kind of like Forza has? Where I don't know, maybe it's not Forza I'm thinking of. Yeah, maybe it is Forza. It is Forza I'm thinking of. A creation studio where you got all these people that are creating all these different skins for cars and things of that nature. So I remember they have the mobile app kind of thing that you could do, but I didn't know if they had like a creation studio, kind of like what Forza had.
Yep, it's called the Community, and you can go on there and you can just search through.
Okay, cool.
Skins. So
awesome.
9 times out of 10, I'll buy a new car or whatever, and I'll immediately go on the Community to see what they had. I have a new Ford Raptor that's got the Jurassic Park wrap.
What do you mean like new Ford Raptor? Because they're not making Ford Raptors anymore.
Well, the latest version of the Ford Raptor.
I think that was
20. Like 16. 17.
Yeah, 16, I think. Because I've been, dude, I've seen a new Ranger today, and I've seen a new Blazer today. First time I've seen both of those out in the wild, and the new Blazers look. The new Blazers look good. The new Rangers just look like a fucking mini F-150.
Yeah, they are.
Jonathan is okay. He's not frozen anymore. But they just look like a mini F-150. If you haven't seen the new Rangers, they look. I've seen them out in the wild.
I love the new Rangers.
Out here, we got a bunch of yee people. So I've seen one jacked up today, out here in the D-port. But yeah, gentlemen, that's great. Yeah, anything else, Adam?
Nope.
So I have once again, with the other 100,000 people in the world, have been playing still more Witcher. I have been playing that. I started The Last Guardian on PS4. It is one of my backlog games, so I started that. I have also been messing around with remote play. I got a new phone coming in a couple days. I bought a iPhone XS Max. It has a 6.5-inch screen, so it's a little bit bigger than what I have now with my 8 Plus. Yes, I am behind on phones, people. I do not care. As long as my phone calls, that's all I need. But yeah, so I'm gonna be messing around with some remote play when I'm out at work and stuff. When I'm on lunch and stuff like that, I can play. I'll take my DualShock with me.
Have you used it yet?
Yeah, I've used it. It works. I have only used it inside the house. I have not used it outside of the house yet. So I will do that on Sunday on lunch, and I will report back next week with how it worked for me.
I've been sitting around doing family time every once in a while, and I'll just upload that bitch on my phone and pretend like I'm texting.
Yeah, it's the on-screen controls are cool that they have those, but they get in the way. If you're going to do it, you want to do it with a DualShock. I mean, I'm going to do it on my phone. It's strictly going to be a thing to where, like, if I have 20 minutes to kill, boot that bitch up and go. And the cool thing is you can put your PS4 in rest mode from remote play, so it's not on all the goddamn time, which is pretty cool. Was there something else that I've been playing? I feel like there's something else that I've been playing, but I think that's it. I think I installed something. Let me look at my screen real quick. I was going to start playing a little Borderlands 3 here pretty soon. I was going to start that on the computer. It sucks because it doesn't have crossplay, and my brother has it on Xbox One. So it would have been cool if I was able to do that with him. Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. It's been a rather good week, but yeah, I'll report back on the remote play next week because I'll be at the hospital and I'll try it out and I'll see how it is and I'll report back and let you know.
Yeah, I haven't used it outside of the house, so
no, I haven't either.
See if it works well.
I have only used it within a matter of about 5 meters away from my PS4. So it's going to be one of those things to where I'm going to have to check and see if it works, and there I'll be on a hospital connection, so that's not an awesome connection as it is. So I'll be able to report back and see how the latency is and all that good stuff, and yeah, so and if it works, that's great, because then when I'm at work, if I leave here, and because there's so many games on my backlog from my PS4, Days Gone and such, so I'll be able to go and play those possibly while I'm on my lunch or whatever at work, and whatever. So yeah, man, that's about all I've been playing. Anything else, gentlemen?
Oh, I went to a drag show yesterday. A deaf drag show.
A deaf drag show.
Awesome.
Did you have to sign the whole show?
I mean, I didn't have to sign the whole show. I chose to sign.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
It was fucking good, though.
So everybody was deaf? Is that the whole thing?
Most people there were deaf. The actual performers were deaf.
So the people in the audience were not?
Well, they were like kind of mixed, half and half. Some of them were hearing, some were deaf, but the actual performers were deaf, and they had interpreters and all this other different stuff, and played their videos from YouTube, and blah, blah, blah. They had a good time. It was
so what you're telling me is it was very quiet in that building.
Oh, it was. It was almost eerie, and it was pissing me off because. But
no, it's not talking shit. It's a real thing that I've always wondered. Like when you're at these you're at these events, like, is it just like a super fucking quiet event like this? It's the especially like the all deaf ones, like, or is it just super fucking quiet?
Well, this one they had audio playing, but several different times when like the laughing parts or some of the transitions feel weird as a hearing person because it's just silent.
Yeah.
There's no extra like sound to fill that kind of gap that you're used to.
Did you just say they had audio playing at a deaf show?
Yeah.
Well, there are some hearing people that go there.
Correct, but
right. And there's also hard of hearing, and
okay.
You got to remember too that just because you're deaf doesn't mean you can't hear anything.
Right. No, I understand that. So, yeah, you can hear certain things.
Also, feeling the vibrations is good for people through the sound. They enjoy that part.
Okay.
So when speakers are playing, they can feel it in their chest or their back or whatever. It really kind of sets the mood. So yeah, they can hear somewhat for the most part. But I mean, if we were sitting here talking to them, they wouldn't for sure. But I can crank the bass up on my speakers, and okay, maybe I can hear a little bit of that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Did you have fun?
I had a fucking blast, dude. I was laughing my ass off the whole time.
It sounds like it.
You know the sign for hot? And one of them lifted up their dress, popped up one of those little Chinese fans, and started fanning their crotch. It was fucking hilarious. I died laughing.
Okay.
They're like, this is the sign for hot. Good times.
All right. Okay. And of course, I need to stop getting videos from GameSpot or articles from GameSpot because their fucking articles they autoplay videos in the beginning when the shit comes up, and so that's always in my ears. But gentlemen, we're gonna hop into some news here. We got 12 stories, 11 or 12 stories. I forgot which one I counted here. So the first story this week was CES week, and before anybody says anything, CES is not a big thing for video games people. If for some odd reason you guys thought that, and yes, I don't mean by you guys that isn't YouTube, but I mean the people out there in the world. If y'all honestly thought that Sony was going to show a PS5 at CES, you're ignorant, and I'm sorry. No, that's a true statement, because I've seen a bunch of people bitching about the fact that they did not show PS5 at CES. Why? Yeah. Why would you show a PlayStation 5, your biggest new game console, at a place that has nothing to do with gaming? It is all about technology at that point. That one is about TVs, cell phones, electric cars, all new technology. But you don't get, it's not for a gaming thing. I'm surprised they even showed anything about PS5 there at all. So yeah.
Did you see the chair that I shared on?
Yes, the Wally chair.
Wally, yeah,
the Wally chair. That is that's by Segway. That's the people that that's people that Segway made the original Segway. I seen that and I was like, I might need to buy one.
I might need to buy one. All I can think of is that Wally shit. And
that's the only when you posted it and I seen it and I was like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of fucking sense. Oh yeah. Okay, I know what that is.
We're so close to there.
I had to think about, like, was that Wall-E or was that another movie I had thought about, but it was fucking Wall-E. So the first thing we're going to talk about, gentlemen, is a little thing called the Alienware UFO. So I'm going to put a video up here for all of our video listeners. Yes, people, we are moving up in the world. I have started doing a little bit of professional stuff, and I'm proud of it. So
you did a great job with that. That looks awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I edited this whole video. I shot this video as well, if you didn't know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was there. I shot this whole video. But guys, so as you can tell, this Alienware decided to what's the word I'm looking for here? They
blatantly
said
rip off.
That was what I said, was blatantly rip off. It's supposed to be highly inspired by the Nintendo Switch. It is a blatant ripoff. But before I say anything, let me explain to you. I'm not talking shit.
It looks great.
It looks amazing, and it is something that I would want. And from what people have said, like this GameSpot article here, which is we're reading this from GameSpot, and this is by Matt Paget and Michael Hyam, and they said they got hands on, and they were playing games like F1 2019, Mortal Kombat 11. It runs fine. It runs great. It runs amazing. As you can see, it is a handheld console, just like the Switch. I mean, it is the controllers come off just like a Joy-Con. It goes onto a little Joy-Con controller dock. It runs Windows 10. It's got an Intel 10th Gen processor in it. It's an 8-inch touchscreen. Oh, by the way, before anybody says no, you cannot buy this. This is a concept. So you cannot buy this at all. It runs at 720p, which is the same thing that the Switch runs at. It's got a USB-C docking station. It lets you output to externals through HDMI. This article also says the two controllers detach from the device itself, like Joy-Cons, but Alienware's controllers have to be snapped into a grip called the bridge in order to use them, since it's what sends the signal to the UFO itself. There's also a backplate that can be pulled out as a kickstand, which I actually like that kickstand a lot better than the Switch's kickstand. That kickstand's actually really fucking cool.
It looks a lot more stable.
And and it wouldn't break off as easy as those Switch kickstands. And you can break off, and it says there's also a backplate that can be pulled out into a kickstand, which allows you to prop up the UFO at several angles, so it's not just one angle. There's also a bunch of angles. This is cool. The only thing I really hope they decide to do is move that goddamn right joystick. Move that right joystick up to the top there. Give my hands not so much cramping. Because that's really what cramps you up when you're playing a Switch, is just that that ambidextrous, or not ambidextrous, but that right hand ergonomics. I actually I bought I showed Adam last week the 2 Satisfy grips that I have for my Switch that give me a little bit. I actually have one right here that I can actually show you people, which this thing is wonderful. If you don't have one, you should get it. But and able to get grips, you would actually, this is something you would have to get. So to show you a little bit here, if you're looking at the screen, this is my Switch Lite with a Satisfy grip. So if you can tell here, this would be my left side. My left side is straight down, where my right hand would be. You can see it kind of goes out a little bit to where it gives you a little bit of an ergonomic feel on while you're playing, so you're not cramping up so bad.
It looks a lot like the sides of an Xbox controller.
Yes, kind of. And I also have a bigger one for my normal Switch as well, and it gives you a lot more playtime, like hours and stuff wise. It's lovely. So yeah, guys, I've talked a little bit about this. What do you guys think here?
I mean, it looks awesome. It looks really like something I'd want to pick up, but I mean, obviously we don't know anything about it, but battery life is going to have to suck ass on it.
I believe it's not in this article, but I do believe something came up that said it does have an 8-hour battery life. That's what I read somewhere else. Now that could be with all brightness down, things of that nature. I did read an article somewhere where it said they said it was expected to have an 8-hour battery life. Here's the problem I would see with this bitch. I bet this is a $3,000 console. I bet there's no way this thing is not under $3,000.
I wouldn't have a doubt, honestly, because if it's that powerful and has that much information in it, it has to be expensive as a fuck.
The only reason,
unless it's connecting to a PC and it's kind of like streaming from a PC.
I don't think so. I think that's all built into the system itself. Now, if you go, yes, it's crazy. 8-hour battery life, I think, would be fine on that. It would be fine for me because, I mean, I can tell you, my Switch Lite has 6.5 to 7, depending on what I'm playing, and if I feel myself playing more than a couple hours at a time, even with the grip, it does start to bother my hands. So I'm fine with an 8-hour battery life. And you can also plug it in and play. Once again, people, this is handheld. It's not something where you're going and turning something on and waiting for it to boot up and all that good stuff. This is handheld.
I mean, even if it's only got like an hour battery life, like it's still a really cool product. And if you can just plug it in, I mean, you're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's something.
Do you really care if it's less than that?
No, it's something cool to take on the go. I mean, I think it looks really fucking cool. The only thing it's like Adam said, it's a blatant ripoff of the Switch, but I mean, it's really cool. It was a matter of time before somebody did this shit. It was just a matter of time.
And I'm sure the what's the word I'm looking for, Mike? The patents and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
it might hold them back, but also it might not, because I don't know what the Nintendo patents are.
I know that
Nintendo got design. It's more.
I know Nintendo got sued when they first got released. Another because the shape of the Switch was off of what their product. And the other company won.
You broke up there, Adam. Say that again.
Yeah, you're cutting up really bad.
The Switch, when it first got dropped, Nintendo got sued by another company because the design of the Switch was a ripoff of their product.
Oh, okay.
And I'm trying to find that lawsuit, but I can't.
So that must mean that they do not have a patent on the actual design and shape of it. So Alienware might be able to do whatever the fuck they want.
I don't really, and to be honest, even this design is different than theirs. I mean, it's kind of like when you drop into something like plagiarism, right? I mean, they always say something like plagiarism. If you change up your words enough, it can still kind of sound the same as somebody, but as long as you change up your words enough, you're still not plagiarizing. And with this design, yes, it's a blatant ripoff of a Switch, but it's a totally different design. Like I can literally look at the screen itself. Look at the way the screen kind of has a jagged, not a jagged edge, but a diagonal edge on it instead of the Switches. And
it's got hard edges.
That's also an 8-inch screen. I believe that's bigger than the Switch.
That looks
that little
way
cutout,
bigger.
I
than
think, is
the
going to
Switch.
help with the grip of it, not having those hard edges digging.
Let me see something here. I'm looking up.
Well, it runs straight Windows 10, right? Like you can play it just like use it like a computer.
All right, so a Nintendo Switch screen size, a regular Switch is a 6.2 LCD is 720p. So this is an 8-inch 720p screen. Right. So that's already bigger than the Switch. So there's no way they could try them with that. You know, I mean, watch them when they take the Joy-Cons off, or not the Joy-Cons, whatever their controllers are called. Watch them when they take the Joy-Cons off the bridge. You know, it has a diagonal like look to the actual system. To me, it looks good, man. I love it. It's something that I was like, whoa, what the fuck is that? I thought somebody was joking, but then I seen Alienware, which I don't expect Alienware anything less from Alienware. I expect them to make something like this. And I just expect it to be a shitload of money. I mean, I bought a 14-inch laptop freaking 4 or 5 years ago now, 2014, so 6 years ago, and it was $1,400 then. So I would not imagine that it's because it's pre-built. Now, if this thing comes out and it's like, oh, $500. Oh, all right, give me one day one.
That would be super surprising.
Give me one day one. You know, even if it's $1,000. If it's $1,000, okay, shit, that's pretty cool. I'll take that for $1,000. Especially if it hooks up to like Steam, which it could because it's technically Windows 10, Epic Game Store, and all that good stuff. If it's a mini, I mean, they run ATX motherboards now, which if you don't know what ATX is, very tiny. They're about this big, and they run mini computers now. So I could definitely see this happening. Yeah, you guys got anything else to say about it before we move on?
Go ahead, Mike.
You know, it's like we were talking about. It's a matter of time before you have one console for all your games. Yeah. And this might be what it's going to is a Switch-like handheld that running Windows and can hook up to an external display. So
I already have a hard time. Good. I already have a hard time picking up my consoles now with my PC, and just having my PC there. So this would make it even harder. I wouldn't be able to play. I don't think I'd be able to play all the same games that I play on my PC, but still having those sticks and all that.
Well, I mean, you can already stream your Xbox through your PC.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
So, then you just got to work out something with Sony. There you go. You have essentially almost all your consoles all in one spot.
That's probably, in all honesty, that's probably not going to happen. Knowing how Sony is. I mean, Sony just now did crossplay and stuff because they were worried about the kids with the Minecraft junk. So, I mean, they just now went crossplay not so long ago, like fully fucking crossplay. Yeah, man, it's a cool thing. It's a really cool thing. I like it.
So I found that lawsuit. It was back in 2017.
Okay.
Nintendo was sued by a company called Game Vice, and the parent company is called WikiPad, and they had peripherals that hooked up to like Androids and iPads that are essentially just Joy-Cons. And Game Vice won the lawsuit. They
won the lawsuit, which means they got paid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean that's kind of funny. So gentlemen, are we finished with the UFO?
Yeah.
Okay. So this next story, gentlemen, if the images are going to be too low res for you to see, you can pull up the link and it's got better quality pictures for you guys there. So cutting that out and going to our next topic, a new PS5 controller patent shows a DualShock 5 with back pedals, and it kind of removes the back button. I got some pictures up on the screen here. God, this shit's gonna make my editing life so much easier. So I got some pictures up on the screen here for you guys to see. This comes to us from Games Radar, or Alex Arverd at Games Radar. So as we all know, the DualShock 5 is going to have some stuff changed. From what they've said, this from what I can tell does not have a home button. From what I can see, it does have. There's no home button. There is no back there is the 2 back paddles on the back, which is kind of weird because they're about to bring that back button attachment out. But I could see this as their kind of answer to an Xbox Elite controller. The thing that's weird is I believe they said this one has a micro USB port when the DualShock 5s are supposed to have a USB-C port on it. From what I had read on it, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's a cool looking controller. I mean, you can see the difference in the. There's a picture here, the end one there, which if you guys are looking, it's the last picture in the article. It kind of shows the difference of the patent that is shown for the PS5, the DualShock 5, and then the patent that is being shown for the PS4. And you can kind of look at the controllers and see the difference in all of them there.
Looks like it's going to fill out your hand a little bit more. Not much.
It looks bigger. It honestly looks like a bigger. You kind of know how that Xbox. You know how the Xbox One controller, which I still say is the best fucking controller in the world of all time. And that's not just because I love Xbox. It's literally because it's the best fucking controller in the world. Like the ergonomics of it, the way it fits your hand, big or small, is great. My daughter is 8 years old and she plays Hello Neighbor on the Xbox all the time. And she can actually use the controller perfectly with her tiny hands. Like that to me is like something that's like, oh, you guys made this for multiple people. You made this for big and small.
That's what sold Xbox for me for the most part. Their controller is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I use it on my PC anytime I'm using a controller.
So
I don't think I'll ever get to the point where I want to use this, but I'll find out when I.
Well, I mean, if this is the thing, if that's a DualShock 5 and you plan on getting a PlayStation 5, you're going to have to use this.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm talking about like if I'm going to use my PC or anything else, I'm probably not going to use this, but we'll find out when I get to play with it.
So I'm going to take a little paragraph from this article here. This says if this patent is to be taken at face value, the PS5 controller will remove the DualShock 4's light bar, which I didn't even notice that the light bar is gone from the images in this photo, and so it will remove the DualShock 4's light bar while modifying the size of the triggers and the sticks and adding what appears to be a USB port where the headphone jack currently is situated for the PS4 players. So. In that last photo there, you will see kind of what they're talking about on the bottom. Yeah. So this is... It kind of makes sense. There's been images of the PS5 dev kits in the world. And I'm pretty sure those were those were said to be like prototypes of DualShock 5s. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I could see this as to being like the answer to the Elite controller with the back paddles. Yeah, I can kind of see that because Sony hasn't had that in a long time. It's just kind of weird that. I mean, now if this is kind of a thing where, hey, I'm buying my PlayStation 5 day one. Oh, I get this controller with that, and I don't have to buy this attachment to go on it. So that's cool. That's a good job, Sony. That's that kind of thing. Now, if it's kind of one of the things where I could see them doing the whole kind of how was Microsoft's Elite controllers, 180, I believe. They're $180. So yeah, I can see them probably selling something like that. Excuse me.
I'm wondering how I'm excited to see how they incorporate those back buttons into future games. Because they're saying it's going to be programmable, right?
Yes, both those back buttons are programmable. Yes.
So I'm wondering if they're going to use it as an extra thing as well. So for whatever game you might be playing, I could see myself using it like in a racing game and using that as my brake and my throttle.
I could kind of see that, even though I like my triggers better. But I mean, that's something I could kind of see to where, like, if you have a thumb that can't get to a button, or like if your button can't get to triangle a lot, like you don't like it, and you want to change that to triangle because that's easier for you to get to. That's easy. That's kind of what that back button attachment was supposed to be for.
You don't have to take your fingers off the sticks,
right?
Like to hit NOS or some shit,
right? Adam, is this blowing your panties up, or is this blowing a wad in your pants or anything?
I mean, honestly, PlayStation, like I said, is just my exclusive console, so I'll deal with it for the 1 or 2, maybe 3 games.
I don't really see dealing with it being a problem. Like, dealing with it, I don't think is a big problem. I don't think they're going to make like massive changes where you're going to like kill your hand. I actually think DualShock 4 is actually a good controller. I actually like I like the difference of the placement of sticks in both controllers, because it gives me I'm not just playing an Xbox all the time. I am switching up kind of feel. And
like, it puts you in the mindset of
yes,
playing PlayStation 5.
I'm playing PlayStation. Yeah. I'm playing Xbox. Because you got 2 thumbs side by side. Besides, what's that called? I guess I'm just gonna say inverted, because I only say inverted because I fucking play everything inverted. But yeah, so I like it better that way, to be honest with you.
I mean, going from like the Switch to the Xbox, they get pretty much the same placement on the thumbsticks. It's just your A and
Xbox
your B.
is way more ergonomic. Like,
well, no, he means like stick placement wise. Like, you're talking about this.
You're talking about one.
You're talking about the Switch Pro controller.
That and the Joy-Cons.
Oh yeah, yeah, they're basically the same thing. Yeah,
right.
I mean, it's kind of like
the A and the B button switched for the Xbox and the Switch.
Yeah, fuck you, Nintendo, or fuck you, Microsoft, for doing that. Because you screw me up every time.
One to another.
You don't like the button being switched down?
No, we're talking about X and like how X and Y are how X is on X is on the left side of your triangle or your diamond in on the Xbox One controller, but then on a Switch it's the top of your diamond. That and then the A button and the B button are switched as well. Which, in all honesty, Nintendo did that first. So I mean, it's kind of one of the things where it's like almost like fuck you, Microsoft, for switching that
Xbox a lot to the Switch. It throws me up, and I'll be like trying to like press A to go into something, but I'm actually hitting B and backing out of menus. I'm like, fuck, and it just takes me a minute to like switch shit in my brain.
Right. All right, gentlemen. Well, we'll hop into our next story here. So before I bring this up, of course, we all know I'm gonna leave the what you call it here up here. So as we know, guys. CES was this past week, and a bunch of stuff was announced. The Sony conference at CES was there, and a wonderful PS5 logo was shown. Here it is. It is literally
so different.
It's very different,
revolutionary,
very revolutionary. Here's
really changing the game.
Here's the one thing I will say about it. And this will come up in the next story here. When you sell 106 million consoles, you don't need to change shit. As much as I will say, as much as I will always say I love my Xbox more than I do my PS4, when you sell 106 million consoles, you don't have to change anything. Like, it's there. Like, you've proven you won this generation. You've proven, yes, Xbox is a more powerful console. I mean, more people have PlayStations out there, But anyway, so this is the logo for the official logo of the PS5. Not much was shown. Not much was shown here. Gentlemen, I'm gonna put both these stories in together. Just letting you know, because they're kind of the same thing. I'm just gonna read one article from The Verge, from Nick Stat over at The Verge about the CES. I'm just gonna read one little paragraph here. It says details about the PlayStation 5 have been slowly trickling out over the past few months as Sony gears up to launch its next generation console later this year. There's still no word as to what the console looks like, unlike the competing Xbox Series X that Microsoft showed off for the first time last month at the Game Awards. But Sony has said that here you go. Listen to this, guys. Sony has said that the PS5 will support 8K graphics, ray tracing, super fast SSDs to cut down on load times, and PS4 backwards compatibility. On the hardware front, expect an 8-core CPU based on the AMD's new Zen 2 architecture. Jonathan, I fucking told you. And a custom GPU based on AMD's Radeon Navi hardware, which is kind of confusing because NVIDIA cards are better than AMD cards. But it's probably a thing where they already had and I think Xbox is actually running an AMD card as well. It's probably a thing where it's like, oh, we already have a contract with them on the CPUs. Let's go ahead and get a GPU of theirs in there too. But anyway, that hardware stuff is probably freaking gibberish to you guys. But the Zen 2 architecture in the new AMD CPUs is amazing. When I tell you that, I mean, I've told both of you multiple times that y'all aren't really hardware people, but I'm slowly
getting there, Mike.
You're still pretty far away there, rookie. But you're okay. You watched a YouTube video from a guy that has 10 subscribers, and now you think you know everything.
Hey, I subscribed. He now has 11.
Oh, I'm sorry, he's 11. Well, how many
booming?
How many accounts did you subscribe with?
Let's not talk about that.
Oh, okay. Because he might have 6. You might have just put 5 on there for him.
That's sad. You only got 10 family members that can subscribe to your channel.
But this is good news. I mean, the hardware stuff, I mean, is cool because I'm pretty sure Xbox is running the same thing. We've already seen those load times, those SSDs. I believe they showed it on article when they did an article with Wired about the Spider-Man load times for the SSDs. I mean, you've seen that on a PS4 and you've seen it on a PS5, and it was like immediate. SSDs have been around for a long time. I don't know why everybody's so excited about SSDs. It's just cool to have in a console. But yeah, there's that. And do you gentlemen have anything to say about that before we hop into this next little thing?
I really like that they're doing this backwards compatibility thing on both consoles. Like being able to just throw my shit in there and play it, that'd be fucking.
I would think they would have to, dude. If that did not come out like that,
yeah,
because of digital stuff being as big as it is now. If they didn't do that and people were like, what the fuck, I can't play any of my PS4 games on my PS5, I just spent all this money with you fuckers, yeah, I can definitely see that. I mean, that's one of the things where they would get bitched at about.
I did like I don't know if this is part of what we're doing right now, but I think it's for Xbox, is the discs are going to be able to be played on Xbox One and the Series X. So if you buy a Series X game for the first 2 years, you'll be able to play it on your Xbox One. So if you switch over,
it's actually coming up. It's actually a story. So thanks for spoiling everyone. Cool.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Cool. Good fucking job. You know what? You just want to take this over. You know what? You just want to do this shit. I'll just fucking sit here and shut the fuck up. You know,
yeah, sure. No,
cool.
I don't
Go
want
ahead.
to do any of that.
Adam, what were you saying?
That's what I'm trying to tell you to cut me off.
Huh?
So I'm gonna talk now, so you guys can shut up.
I mean, you're the fucking intern. I can actually cut your camera off.
Going back to the logo real quick.
Okay.
It's not changed. Honestly, because I'm sitting here looking at them since the PS3. They've just changed the numbers.
Yeah, they've literally changed
the
numbers.
PS2, they went from blocky to rounded off edges a little bit more.
Once again, all I will say,
I'm okay with it. When you number systems, I'm okay with having the same fucking logo.
People bitched about this and made fun of it, which I understand why. But the thing is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Or if they sold 106 million consoles, dude. Like if you look in the top 5 best-selling consoles of all time, pretty sure Sony has 3 of them. PS2 is the top-selling console of all time. It's got like 160 million consoles sold. You got 106 million consoles for PS4s here. It's oh my god, dude, it's massive. It's a massive amount. The logo is fine with me. The Series X didn't have a massive logo. The logo for a console doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. It cracks me up how it bothers some people.
Well, it cracks me up because they've been doing the same thing for the last fucking ever. Like, did people honestly expect that they were going to change the way they're doing things?
Did you expect anything less?
Like, this is literally PS2. They just flipped the letter around.
Did you expect anything less? That's that thing. So
just so you know, Mike, the PlayStation 4 is the 4th selling console.
Yeah, that's why I said in the top 5 they have at least 2 to 3 top selling of all time. The PS2 is the top selling console of all time with 150 to 160 million consoles.
Correct.
Don't ever try to fact check me, boy. I will make sure you are fucking shut down.
Hey, that's fine. You said top selling.
No,
And
I
then
said
you
it's one of the
redacted-
top selling.
You redacted.
I did not
to the top.
redact. I said two. Jonathan, did I not say two out of the two or
Look,
three of the
this bitch
top
is being
selling
recorded.
consoles, and 5? I will pull it back up for you and show you.
Go right ahead. I will be on here when you edit this.
That's fine. My facts will kill your facts any day, sir. This head right here, it's not big for no reason. It has facts in here that nobody needs to know. But
I agree with Mike.
thank you. Whatever way I'm trying to point at.
Gamble.
There you go.
The intern
50-50.
never wins.
No, you don't, because you're just a fucking intern. We don't even know if we're gonna hire you yet.
I'm gonna put a job up on Facebook. It'll be fine.
I might game informer your ass. And just fucking let you go.
Shit.
Let you
You get some sleep at nights.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Game Informer people. I know none of y'all watch this shit, but I'm sorry. I actually love all of you. Actually, one of my stories I believe come from Elise Favis, which she is. Washington Post now has a gaming division, and it's really weird because you don't really see like big newspaper stuff and have that. But Elise Favis was one of the people that was let go from Game Informer, and now she's running that division, I believe, over there. So it's pretty cool to see these people doing these things. But yeah, I know the PS2 sold 150 to 160 million. The DS was up there. I believe the 3DS is also up there. I know PS4 is up there around 106. There's no way the PS4 catches the PS2. There's no way. But it's just funny, they haven't switched the logo in so long. I mean, you can look at this PS4 logo that's in this next little slide right here, this next picture on the show notes here, and you can just tell, like, the 5 and the 4 are even the same font. Like, it's just if it's one of them things, like you said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah.
Well, there's no point. I like you said multiple times. There's no reason for people to get pissed off about this.
No,
it is really stupid to get pissed off because they didn't change the way they've done it for fucking ever, basically. Yeah. So shut up.
Yeah. Exactly.
Shut your fucking cake hole.
Once again, I will say this, and I've said it forever.
Yeah.
Gamers we are spoiled, and gamers are the most spoiled division of media in the world when it comes to getting what they want, because these people know, these developers and all these companies know, if they don't give you what you want, you're just not going to buy it, or you probably will buy it and you just shut the fuck up anyway. So either way, something's going to happen. So moving into they also showed some PS4 stats at CES, and so there are now 106 million PlayStation 4 systems sold, 1.15 billion PlayStation 4 games sold, 5 million PlayStation VR units sold, which is pretty cool because the last time I checked that was not too long ago, and it was at 3 million or 3 or 4 million. 103 million monthly active users on PlayStation 4, and 38.8 million PS Plus subscribers. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Not sure what else to say besides that's a fucking lot.
Well, 103 million active users, and you have 106 systems sold. That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, and I mean,
3 million people aren't playing your fucking console.
What you can tell is the thing you can tell about these numbers is you look at the PlayStation Plus subscribers, right, which is 38.8 million. What you can tell is people didn't like the system of having to pay for PS Plus, but that's still a lot of money. PS Plus, I mean, that's a lot of, 38.8 million times however many, times however much money a year, let's say $60 a year, and some people they're getting per month, and that's even more expensive out of the year. That's a lot of money.
I wonder how many Xbox Live subscribers there are.
I don't know, but you know how we can find that out?
Google.
Adam.
Come on it. Oh, Adam. No, intern, please get it.
Yeah, please redeem yourself from earlier from being a douche.
64 million.
That's active?
Active.
Xbox Live users?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As of mid 2019.
Or is that okay?
As of mid 2019?
Yes.
That makes sense. Okay, there's probably more than that now because of holidays and Black Friday and stuff. There's probably a couple more than that. Probably somewhere around 68 or so. Yeah, I mean, those are big numbers, man. PS4, you had a wonderful life. You had a wonderful life cycle. Yeah, I I always talk about how I'm an Xbox. I've been an Xbox fanboy my whole life, but I also have every console, and I love every console. And I always argue with people when they start arguing about consoles. But my favorite game of all time is on two of my favorite games of all time were PlayStation games. I mean, you got Final Fantasy VII and God of War. That's why I have my PlayStation strictly for exclusives. I believe Adam said this earlier. I have it strictly for exclusives because the exclusives they put out are so amazing. They're not scared to make single player games. They're so fucking good. It's kind of rough. It's kind of hard not to.
I rebought a PlayStation just to play Spider-Man, and then War.
Okay. Well, that means good thing you did. That way you had that stuff. I mean, those are two of the best games. Spider-Man's still one of my favorite games of all time. Okay. I mean, it's hard. I was so sad when Spider-Man did not get any kind of awards or anything last year. I mean, because it deserved it.
I was super surprised about that because so many people were talking about it constantly.
You had 3 games last year that fully deserved awards. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were a bunch of games last year, but you had 3 games that were in the talks no matter what. God of War, Spider-Man, and Red Dead Redemption 2. You had all 3 of those. All 3 of them I beat. I loved God of War more than the other 2, and I'm a comic nerd, but Spider-Man I liked more than Red Dead 2. And Spider-Man was pure amazing. I think it deserved at least a Game of the Year nod. And I don't even believe, Adam, you can look this up. This one I actually might be wrong on. The Game Awards Game of the Year nominees for 2019 or 2018. I'm sorry. I don't even think it was up there for Game of the Year for Game Awards 2018. I could be wrong.
I was getting phone calls from people, and this was weird to me because friends were calling me just because they knew I was a gamer and saying, "Have you played that Spider-Man? Have you played that Spider-Man?" No, dude. What is it? Tell me about it. And they go on and on and on. It was like, this is the best game. Well, it should have done something because, like you just said,
it was amazing, man. I mean, the gameplay of it was great. I loved swinging around. It actually felt like it. Yeah, man, I love it. Adam, you find anything?
I think they were just prejudiced because nobody wants to promote a movie.
It's not really. Well,
I know it's not a movie game. I didn't mean to say it like a comic book game, stuff like that. They never, not a lot of them come out very well.
Yeah.
So,
2018 Game Awards nominees were Assassin's Creed Odyssey,
okay,
Celeste, God of War, Spider-Man,
Red
Monster
Dead,
Hunter World, and Red Dead.
Okay, see, that's a good list. See, okay, so Spider-Man wasn't there. I was really surprised to see Celeste in there. You gentlemen probably don't know what Celeste is. Celeste is it's a game about depression and anxiety. It's kind of like that's hard to explain.
I think you were telling us about this.
Yeah, it's a really hard game. It's a blast though. I loved it. It's very accessible. But yeah, so that's awesome, guys. It's awesome. PS4, Sony. Good fucking job. Actually proud of you. It's pretty fucking awesome.
Woot woot, Sony.
Yeah, good job. Keep it going.
We're gonna get you a birthday cake.
I sure am, and I'm gonna eat it. So
with PS5 logo right.
Yes,
right on
yes, and I'm gonna make sure.
Cake.
And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save that cake until next year, and then I'm gonna take the 5 off, put a 6 on it.
Yeah.
So
guess what's coming out?
This next story came out yesterday, or actually 2 days ago. You gentlemen probably didn't see this, but this came up in my mentions. I'm sure you did. You're a fucking know-it-all.
I did.
This came up in my
because you shared it.
I didn't share this.
You didn't?
I don't think maybe I did. I don't fucking know. My days are so fucking caught up now. But anyway,
I think it was in an article that you shared that was like in a small excerpt.
Maybe I did. You know what? I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
This comes from Games Radar from Heather Wald. Xbox Series X. Real quick. Let me switch this up. Bam! Look at that little Xbox Series X video for you guys. It's beautiful. Look at that big motherfucker. God, look at her.
Look
all
at that
nice
PC
and
tower.
shiny.
Oh, it's an Xbox.
Oh my God, look at that. I'm hoping that. Look at that ambient light. Oh my God.
That green light's gonna love that part.
I think I just shot on my mic. Anyway,
how long do you think it is going to be till modders put
what on it?
Put PC hardware in the chassis?
It probably will be day one, I'm gonna guess. I mean, the thing is what from what they're saying, here's the thing, man. When consoles launch at the beginning of a generation, they're already stronger than any PC out there. Normally half the time. Nowadays, it would be hard to do that because of 2080 Ti's and things like that being so big. 2080 Ti's are fucking, RTX Titan is a fucking $3,500 graphics card. It would be hard to put that kind of stuff in an Xbox and for it to be a $500-$600 price tag. But back in the day, that's how that was. Nowadays, I can definitely see people doing that. The problem is that it's like people said. If you put let's say I go to my Xbox One today, my Xbox One S, and I take the hard drive out and put an SSD in there, right? It's not going to make the games run any faster because those games were not built for an SSD. Those games were built for a regular hard drive, or they were built for the hard drive that's in the Xbox. So it really doesn't matter what they do. It's going to help a smidge. It will help a little bit, but it's not going to help a massive amount. So this article says Xbox Series X may support Steam and Epic Game Store, according to latest rumors. So this is an insider rumor. The Series X may feature a Windows mode, if you will. I'm going to read just a little bit of this article here. As with any rumor, this information is to be taken with a large pinch of salt. But the rumor suggests that the Xbox Series X may feature a Windows mode that enables players to switch the console's operating system to Windows 10, which would give you access to Steam and Epic Game Store platforms. If true, you could essentially transfer the console into a PC and gain access to a whole library of games you might not otherwise be able to play on Xbox. Which is really funny because listen to this next part. It's especially interesting when you take into account games like Quantic Dream's Detroit Become Human or Heavy Rain that were originally PS4 exclusives before coming to PC late last year. There are also rumors circulating that Horizon Zero Dawn could be getting a PC port, which means Xbox players could be playing these games on an Xbox Series X, which is really funny and ironic. If it does have this, I could see this happening. This is something I could see happening, and it would be really fucking cool if it did, because that means I would play a lot of my Steam shit on Xbox.
I didn't know about the Steam part, but I did know about the Windows part. That's really kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. It's really, I could see it happening. It's what year are we in?
True. But would Xbox allow that to happen?
I'm sure.
My question. You think so?
Oh yeah, and the reason I'm telling you is because the reason I say that, John, is because look at the shit Xbox does. Xbox is putting games like Cuphead and stuff on Switch. They're more than Phil Spencer has came into this organization as we all know, gentlemen. You guys know this as well as I do. Microsoft fucked up in the beginning of the launch of the Xbox One. That's why they are behind today, right? So they have to do everything they can to get better in with the people, and putting Phil Spencer in the head of Xbox is kind of awesome because he's backing up everything he's saying. He's going around saying, "Hey, I'm for the players. We are for the players. We are now for the players," and they are showing they are for the players. This kind of thing would be a thing where it's like, "Hey, we're for the players." That is kind of one of those things, and yeah, I could see it happening, man. I mean,
if they do,
could you guys not? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, that plus an Alienware UFO in my house. Shit. I'd be on gaming all the fucking time.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't go to work.
Story. No, they'd have to quit and be a professional gamer.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't go to work. I would just move into like a halfway house or something and just fucking steal all their electric all day.
Build like a little fucking shell egg that you
yeah.
stuff.
Adam, do you have anything to say about this story, sir?
Going back to what I said about the UFO, I mean, if you can get all
Adam, I can't hear you.
You broke out again, bud.
Yep.
Hello.
Yeah, I got you now. All right. What did you say?
Okay. Like I was saying about the UFO, basically everything's migrating to try and get everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like the article was, trying to get, PS exclusives on an Xbox. Just running everything in one spot, you do that, you're pretty much golden.
Right.
So.
And it helps. And here's the thing, John, the other reason I say that is because here's the thing. What if you're a person that doesn't have a gaming PC, right? and you don't want to build one.
Right.
What in the living hell, Adam, did you just drop on your thing? I know that was you because I can tell Jonathan didn't make a face. That was you. Anyway.
Dropping spoons.
PCI Express.
Good job, buddy, because I heard that and it was fucking loud. But anyway.
Hit the boom mic on the way down.
I figured. So an Xbox Series X, let's say an Xbox Series X comes out at $500, okay? That makes that so much more affordable than a PC at that point. You buy that, you switch to Windows mode, you go on Steam, you create your account on Steam, now you can play PC games on your Xbox. Yeah, that's why I say that. Because it becomes your PC at that point.
It becomes a total gaming console,
yes.
Period.
Yes.
You're fuck, yes. Who needs anything?
Correct. And that's why I believe that, yes, Xbox would let that happen, because that means, once again, they fucked up at the beginning of this generation. They have to catch up. There's no catching up right now, but they can take this generation. And right now, they're making all the right decisions with xCloud, with Game Pass being the best deal in gaming. I'm not just saying that anymore. That is literally a quote that is said by multiple outlets at this point.
Just thinking about that, the all the interconnectivity they've been doing with PC and all that different shit and crossplay and Xbox Game Ultimate, that starts to make a little more sense now if they did have that. Just thinking about it at the moment.
I mean, it's a thing I could see, and it's actually a thing I want, to be honest.
For sure. Who doesn't want that?
I don't know if I will use it a lot because I have a gaming PC and so do you, but it's something like let's take somebody that happens to be in this conversation with us that doesn't have a gaming PC. That's Adam, if y'all didn't know. But anyway,
were we talking about Adam?
Oh yes, we were.
I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Let's say Adam doesn't build his PC like he's been talking to me about all fucking week.
Listen, I gotta have money for that.
No, you don't. Just go do what the guy did from Valve and just go steal all the shit they had, like the guy at Valve did. It's pretty awesome.
And he got fired and arrested.
No, he didn't get fired. He got arrested because he was not a guy that worked there. I don't even remember how he got into Valve. He drove some kind of geo tracker, I believe is what he drove. I forgot what the story said.
Geo tracker.
I forgot what the story said. We did it. We reported on it a while back. But no, this would be something for somebody like Adam. Let's say Adam doesn't have the money, but he has money for an Xbox One, Xbox Series X. Goes and buys that. Now he can play all his Steam games and shit on there. He can play with us. That's the cool thing. That's the cool thing about this. That's why another reason I say yes, because Phil Spencer and them don't care about just selling stuff on Xbox anymore. I can tell it's one of those things where it's like, hey guys, you love games, so do we. Let's play. And I think that's really fucking cool.
And let's be honest, Microsoft's got the money to do stuff like that.
They do. Sony has the money to do shit like this. They just don't. They don't want to. It's quite a big yawn there, Adam. A little bit tired right now.
Good.
You're being a bitch. Anyway,
you're being a bitch, Adam.
I'm really delirious tonight, and this is wonderful. I love this conversation tonight.
Hey, Mike, you did start recording, right?
Oh shit! Yes, I did.
Oh God, there was such a panic.
You did make me look.
For so long.
I was sitting there. I was like, "We doing?"
You broke out again.
Yes, we did.
Yes,
no, we're good.
Yes, you did. Yes, we did start recording. Yes, I actually, I have this thing because I had a hotkey on my mouse because I have a 12 button MMO mouse, and I had a hotkey on there to start and stop recording. I had to remove that hotkey because I would be on the mouse and accidentally hit it while we were recording at times.
What kind of mouse do you have?
I have a Logitech G600. It is a 12 button MMO mouse. It's got 12 buttons on the side. I program all mine to F1 through F2. Yeah, I had to make sure F1 through F12, and because obviously you never use F1 through F12 really in anything, and that's kind of how I do things, and that's kind of how I play Overwatch and different things like that. It's pretty great. What do you have the same mouse?
No, I use SteelSeries. Honestly, it's like a rival 500. Yeah, I got it.
Adam, what are you using? Dell. I thought you were just gonna say, just a Dell 2 button.
Just shit.
Just
my HP Expert 800 compact
attaboy.
with my GeForce 635 graphics card.
Attaboy. Attaboy. Your onboard graphics you're running there.
Painful.
So
like I'm sitting here staring longingly at that 770, be like, if only I could plug you in.
And the bad part about it is that bitch ain't even like massively powerful. It's just like no, but it's better
than what I have now.
It's better than what I have now. So
and it was free.
Yeah. So next story, guys. The Xbox, sticking with Xbox Series X, the Xbox Series X. This is actually a story that dropped, I believe, 2 days ago or a day ago. Xbox Series X won't have any exclusives for at least a year. I'm just going to read a little bit of this article. This is from Matt Kim over at IGN. 2020 is when the next generation of consoles is set to be released, but Microsoft is upending the playbook this year by announcing the upcoming Xbox Series X won't launch with exclusive games. Instead, any new title playable on the Series X will also be playable on older Xbox One consoles. As our content comes, and this is from this quote right here is from Xbox Game Studios boss Matt Booty. Quote, as our content comes out over the next year, 2 years, all of our games, sort of like PC, will play up and down on that family of devices. We want to make sure that if someone invests in Xbox between now and Series X, that they feel that they made a good investment and that we're committed to them with content. End quote. So once again, John, we're going to go back to your thing of would Xbox let this happen and why are they being so great? Here's another thing. They don't want to screw people over that have Xbox Ones. They know that the Series X is going to come out and they know that people are not going to want to afford that right now. So they want to make sure that people are not getting screwed over, if you will. So once again, good on Xbox for doing that. Do I care about exclusives? No, I don't. What I care about is, am I going to have a Series X day one? Yes, because that's who I am as a person, and I'm an asshole. But this is for. I think it's really cool that they do that because there's so many Xbox Ones in the world. You know, they want to make sure they sell those games. Like Hellblade 2. Hellblade 2 will be an Xbox One game as well as a Series X game. And yes, I did hear that same thing that you did of, hey, I'll be able to put this Xbox One game in a Series X and it'll just play like a Series X game. I did hear that. I did hear that as well.
I mean, Xbox always has big ideas, great ideas. This is probably the first time that it feels like they're doing it the right way.
Right.
Whereas they had like we talked about before, the One X or the Xbox One, when they first put all that bullshit out there, like they had big ideas, but they went about it the wrong way. And this is probably the first time they've done it where it seems like they're doing it the right way. So that's this is a lot of good news.
Yeah, it is, and it's pretty awesome. I'm really excited about it. Adam, you got anything for this?
Yeah, Titanfall was the only exclusive to get dropped on one.
I don't believe on the one.
Yeah.
No, Rise, Son of Rome was on there. Yeah, that was an exclusive.
That was my first game.
That was my first game. I love that. I love that game.
Okay.
Rise Gameplay wasn't that great, but
there just weren't a lot of games to get dropped on that.
No, but I mean,
I don't know if that was their kind of.
It's a launch, man. Like launches are all not great. Like, you know, that's why it was kind of funny that everybody started talking shit about Google Stadia. It's like, whose launch has actually really been honestly that great? Like for real. Like think about it. You know, it's kind of one of the things where you gotta think like who's gonna be, you know, what is this gonna be for? Who's you know, what we know what the audience is, but what games do we put on there to release? And I wouldn't be surprised if this launch lineup is bad. You know, you're gonna have, from what they said, Halo 6 or Halo Infinite is gonna be a launch title. From what I can tell, Hellblade 2 is gonna be a launch title.
That would be great.
And also, let me remind you, if you have Xbox Game Pass, you can play those games day one on your Xbox Series X. Why? Because Game Pass is the best deal in gaming. So, and you can play those day one on there, and you can play them day one on your Xbox One, because once again, they're not doing the whole no exclusive thing. It doesn't bother me none. Like that doesn't, like I like that, you know. And you can, from what I want to know is, I want to know if you can play cross-play with cross-console. So can I play with Xbox One people from my Series X? I believe you can, because Phil Spencer has said he's been playing with people online recently from his Series X at home. So it hasn't been fully announced yet, but I want to know that. Because if that's like that, that's even cooler, because now I can play with like people like my brother or somebody that might not be able to afford a Series X, you know?
I've been seeing a lot of rumors and articles about that. Like, I honestly, until you just said it hasn't been officially announced, I didn't know that was the case. So.
No, as far as I can tell, it has not been officially announced. I have not heard anything from any of my shows or anything I listen to or any of my news I read. Normally Twitter would have popped up and said something, but I haven't got anything from that.
So that must have been rumors I've been seeing. So.
It may, I mean, but I could see that happening though, because like I said, Phil Spencer. I think everybody just kind of said it, kind of brought it in because Phil Spencer said he had one at home already, and he said he had been playing with other people, and I think that was kind of thing, like he was the only person that had that at his house, and he was still playing with other people, which meant crossplay between that and Xbox One, kind of thing. And then
that's a good assumption.
I mean, well, you also got to get the assumption of if Fortnite's going to drop on the Series X Day 1, which I'm sure it is. Are you just going to allow Fortnite people to play with a small people of? No, it's going to be a crossplay thing, because all Fortnite is crossplay, you know. So yeah, Adam, you got anything?
No, I was rereading this article and just trying to see if I can pick anything new out of it.
What article?
Not really. So Polygon, basically the same one that you had.
You are cutting out a lot with your mic.
Are you speaking really low?
Are you also using Voicemeeter in two different programs?
No, I'm using Voicemeeter in one program.
Why don't you switch back over to your regular mic and see if that could be the issue in Discord?
It might be. I mean, because you kind of talk soft.
Yeah, you know, Adam, that could be.
Project yourself enough, it won't register.
Adam, let me ask you a question. Are you using the windscreen and a pop filter, or are you just using a windscreen on that mic?
I'm using a windscreen and a pop filter.
You don't have to use that pop filter with the windscreen. That's what I was telling Jonathan earlier. You don't have to use that, because a windscreen is basically a pop filter. It basically works as the same thing. So you can take that off, and that might help you out a little bit, where you can pull that mic a little bit closer to your mouth, and that could be the issue. By the way, I'm not
off on it, man.
There you go.
Hello.
Oh my God.
See? Wow.
See,
Big difference, buddy.
That got immediately clear.
Yeah. But now we can't hear him.
Now I can't hear you. Yeah, we can't. I can't hear you at all. So oh God.
It disconnected us somehow.
I think you may have disconnected your mic somehow.
Hello.
I got you. Hi.
Okay. Close out a Voicemeeter, but forgot to change it in Discord.
Of course you did. So is that the mic sound, or is that Voicemeeter right there?
That is a pure mic.
Yeah, that mic sounds wonderful, dude. Don't use Voicemeeter with that. That sounds wonderful.
Gotcha.
What crashed?
Oh, what?
Jonathan, we're still here, man. Yeah, we're still here.
Hey.
Dude, oh my God, I am never cutting any of these fuck ups that we have. Oh my God, I am never cutting any of these problems. I hope that I have a PAX panel one day where I can talk to people and be like, yeah, if you want my number one advice, number one about starting a podcast, don't miss an episode. Number two, never cut your fuck ups, because it's hilarious. So, gentlemen, we're gonna move on to the next story here. I don't really have any graphics or anything to put down here, because this is also a rumor. So another rumor of a Switch Pro being released in 2020 has came up. This comes from Matt Kim at IGN. This is two stories from Matt Kim. Matt Kim is their investigative journalist at IGN, and that dude is amazing. Are you vaping, Jonathan? I'm telling you.
I am not vaping, sir. My God.
Is that the reefer?
Sir, I don't know what you are accusing me of, but
technically I'm not
you need to back up.
In all technicality, this is Florida. You have a license, so it's legal here for you.
Oh, well then, fuck yeah, I'm smoking the reefer.
In all technicality, it is legal for you. So there's nothing I can tell you.
100% legal, folks. Except for federally, but whatever.
Yeah, not federal.
We're working on it. Like I'm a part of them, helping them fucking push this.
By the way, Florida Department of Education.
Oh, fuck you.
I'll give you one of these. Give you one of these.
The president.
I'm for the teachers. We love teachers here in the state of Florida.
Also, the Polk County education head of education. Fuck you too.
We won't get into this, but fuck you guys.
It's national news. Did you see
I know it is.
Forbes?
Yeah, Forbes put it up in Polk County. Polk County, and there are 13 to 1,600 teachers that are. I meant to ask I'm not going to put my mother out there, but I meant to ask my mother if she's going up there. My mother is in a higher position at a school. So I wanted to see if she was going as well. Anyway, we'll get back on to video games. Welcome to our teacher podcast.
Anyway, real quick, John, I love your shirt.
Oh yeah. Hey, Vader Palpatine 2020.
Hold on.
What? Goose! The Untitled Goose Game and Top Gun mixed together. Love it.
Yes. I'm wearing this to the Top Gun Maverick debut. I've actually I told my wife that if I don't have tickets for that day one, seeing the Top Gun is my favorite movie of all time. I've probably seen Top Gun 17 million times at this point. Actually, everyone that usually watches it with me hates it because I will repeat that movie hand in hand. I do that what was that? I don't remember. Go ahead.
So I like that part in the trailer where he's like wearing the space type helmet, like they're in some sort of vehicle that's going to be going into space.
I think that's the new that's that new
Space Force.
The Space Force.
See, dude, that mic sounds so good. Don't use voice meter with that, dude. Just use your mic, bro. That sounds really fucking good.
And don't put that extra pop filter on there. Like
no, don't.
Fantastic.
The bad part about it was don't listen to Jonathan. He did the shit at the beginning of the show too. I had to tell him the same damn thing.
But it wasn't doing anything.
But also, Adam, let me also remind you that Jonathan's had this mic for 29 episodes and didn't use it until just now.
Listen, that bitch is a pain.
I've had this mic for 3
ass.
days.
Yes, you've had this mic for 3 days.
Listen,
so anyway,
my cable's been broken for a long time.
And I sent you, I did all the work for you. I did research and sent you everything on Amazon just to have you order the shit.
Yesterday?
Probably, I think it was the day before.
Well, actually, it was before.
Okay, anyway.
When we were talking on the phone. Anyway, sorry.
Listen. People, listen, if you're going to start a podcast, do this shit. It makes things easier. So a new rumor about a Nintendo Switch Pro being released in 2020 has came up. This comes to us from Matt Ken over at IGN. So I'm going to read a little bit of this article here. According to sources from a supply chain company, the Taiwanese website Digitimes reports that a new Switch model will enter mass production Q1 2020 for a mid-2020 release. These reports coincide with analyst predictions that a Switch Pro model will be released later this year, fueling speculation that a new Switch model will be coming out sometime in the next months. A new Switch model was previously reported by Takashi Mochizuki of the Wall Street Journal back in August 2019. They reported that Nintendo has ideas for further updates to the Switch lineup after the Switch and Switch Lite to make the platform's life cycle longer. So, and then I'm going to read this last little bit right here.
By the way, I'm super proud of you because you sounded like you knew exactly how to say that name.
I didn't, but I tried. Thank you.
You did.
And this, so I'm going to read these last few paragraphs of the article. It says, analysts are somewhat mixed on whether there will be a new Switch model in 2020, let alone a more powerful Pro model. Speaking to GameIndustry.biz, Dr. Serkan Toto of Canton Games says, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that Nintendo will launch a Switch Pro in 2020. More specifically, I predict 4K support, bigger cartridge sizes, and of course, beefed up components. Other analysts like Piers Harding Rolls of IHS Market Technology says the likelihood of a higher end Switch in 2020 has significantly diminished since the launch of an improved flagship Switch and the Switch Lite. People buy what he means by flagship Switch is the one that got the better battery life this year. So I will let you two guys talk on this before I say my 2 cents.
I don't even know what to say.
I'm perfectly happy with my Switch as of now, so I don't know what you could give it that will make me happy.
4K support. I mean, it would make games. It would make games. God damn it, GameSpot! Can you shut these auto videos off? It would make things like The Witcher run better and things of that nature. I mean, it would make more.
I think I would still play The Witcher on the Xbox.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna lie to you. If they put a Switch Pro model out that I could that screen ran 4K and made everything look good, and I could play The Witcher on there on handheld, yes, I would still do that. I would do that. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'd probably play it on there. And
I don't think I would.
Here's the thing. The only reason nobody really wants to play The Witcher on there is because of how it looks. That's what everybody said. Here's the thing on this. The main thing I like, well, I'm gonna say my 2 cents about that. The thing that I think The Witcher is missing, The Witcher doesn't look horrible on the Switch. It doesn't. It's a fucking miracle it's on there. Here's the thing I think it's missing: Steam saves. If it gave me cloud saves where I could pull my cloud Steam save and put it on there and play, kind of like Divinity Original Sin does, I would love that. But anyway,
They can just add that in their next hot patches, and there you go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It would be,
you don't really need a full new upgrade for that. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you gonna hardware wise gonna pack in that's gonna make it so $500 worth me spending?
RGB lighting.
Oh fuck!
I love me some RGB.
Let me introduce you to this new thing called hold on the Alienware UFO. Look at all this nice fresh RGB lighting on there. Look at this.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I would spend $500 on that.
Hold on. It's not done. Wait for it. Hold on. Wait for that. By the way, audio listeners, we are watching a video of the Alienware UFO. And look at that. Bam! Look at that. Pretty.
Oh, okay, there we go. We got some
RGB lighting. So, yeah, I mean, it's man, it's one of those things where I don't see a Switch Pro coming, and the reason I don't is because here's the thing: if the reason a Switch Pro came, it would be to compete with the Series X and the PS4 or the PS5, and that's not going to happen. Nothing Nintendo can make that's portable is going to outpower those two consoles.
That's not Nintendo's goal.
No, it's not.
It never has been.
It's never had. Correct. I was exactly about to say that. It's never been Nintendo's goal to be a powerful ass console. It's been a children's console? Should I say a child's first console, if you will? It was one of mine. Because it does aim more toward children's games when you think about it. But with what was I gonna say? I just don't see it happening, because here's the thing, dude. Think about what they can do this year to compete with Series X and PS5. I can name one thing to you right now, and I'll let you two see if you can guess it before I say it. I will name one thing that they can compete with the Series X and the PS5 right now.
Are you talking hardware or games?
Nope. I'm talking about just name one thing, period, that you think that Nintendo could release this year that would compete with those two things.
Fucking backwards compatibility?
No. Adam, what do you think?
Not backwards compatibility. I'm thinking of the retro console stuff that they've done in the past.
No, I'm not talking about like a console. This is actually here. Adam, what do you think I'm talking about? You don't know?
I got nothing.
Let me introduce you to a little game called Breath of the Wild 2. If they release Breath of the Wild 2, it would compete with an Xbox Series X, and it would also compete with the fact of a PS5 being out there. Because since the sequel has already been announced, it's been, at that point, it would be 3 years since that game launched at that point. And that's plenty of time. Well, I won't say plenty of time, but it's enough time for them to have that out. If they launch that, it would compete. It would not massively compete, but it would compete, and they would sell a shitload of copies day one.
Right.
It would probably be the best-selling Switch game of all time, in all honesty.
It depends on what they want to do. If they want to consumers from PlayStation or Xbox, they're going to have to do something for that. But that's not their thing. Breath of the Wild, that's great. That everybody's going to fucking buy that. Everybody's going to play it, just like they did Breath of the Wild 1. But I wasn't saying generate a retro console before. I was saying, like, you know how they did, what was it? On the Wii U and stuff, they had all those retro titles that they uploaded.
Oh, the virtual console.
Virtual console, that's what I meant. I feel like that would get me to play, the Switch more if they did the virtual consoles and brought all these games back.
Yeah, and they're starting to do that. You see, there's like Neo Geo games on the eShop all the time, and different things of that nature. What I was saying is that the reason I don't see them releasing a Switch Pro, and don't get me wrong, I don't see the fact, I do see them doing this one day. I don't see them doing this right now. For one thing, there's no reason. The Switch is still selling every fucking day. Like, Adam, give me a number on how many Switches are out there in the wild right now. I believe it's, I'm gonna guess, last time I checked it was 42 million. I think it was 40 million, maybe 40 million. I'm gonna say 45.
Oh shit. 17.33 in the US, 13 in Europe, and 11 million in Japan. I mean,
when was that as of?
January this year.
Really? That doesn't sound like as many as I thought. 41?
All together
41 million?
42.17 million.
There you go. So I was close. Last time I checked, it was somewhere around 36 or 38. Maybe I said 40, but I think it was 36, 38. I mean, think of that. That's 40 million Switches you have in the world, okay? Here's the thing. Series X, as we all know, if you've ever been to a release of a new console, they don't have a shitload of them. Yeah. There's always a... Jonathan, getting a Switch day one was rough if you didn't pre-order it, obviously.
I did because I had contacts. I
got screwed over by Target, so fuck you, Target. Still to this day, I got screwed over by Target because I didn't get my Switch then. I'm kind of glad I didn't, because my Joy-Cons would probably be drifting at this point. But
there's a lawsuit for that.
I know there is a lawsuit, and they will also replace your shit if you ask them. It's not said, but if you call and say, hey, my shit's drifting, they will replace that for you.
$12 for a new
what
joystick.
No,
$12 for a new joystick.
What, to replace it?
Yeah.
No, I thought they did it for free.
Yeah, no, to buy one and do it yourself.
Yeah, fuck that. I ain't doing that shit myself. Fuck all that. Then let them do it.
I would.
Yeah, you would.
I do most of my repairs anyway.
Well, I do most of mine too, but I'm not. But to be honest, I haven't touched my Joy-Cons, and I haven't. The only reason I haven't is because I know my luck. I'll fucking get in there and break a goddamn ribbon cable or something, and then I'd screw myself over. I know my luck. I know how I am.
There's like 2 or 3 of them in there.
Yeah, I know. I've watched the videos, and I was like, yeah. Almost. But no, man, I don't want to say I don't see this happening. I see it happening eventually. I just don't see it happening now. There's too many Switches in the wild. Especially, think about it, dude. They just released a better Switch with a better battery life. They have a Switch Lite out there. You know, the Switch Lite's selling amazingly. Which, by the way, the Switch Lite is amazing, guys. I mean, I know I've said this to you multiple times. I know we laughed about it when we seen it, but this fucking thing's great. Like, I love playing on this tiny screen, man. Like, it's awesome. But you know, I just don't see him doing it. I just don't see him doing it right now. But I'm telling you, I think Breath of the Wild 2 would compete with the fact of them having that's why they don't need to make a Switch Pro. They have something in the works right now that could be a top selling game of all time. Adam, how many copies of Breath of the Wild have been sold? Only give me only Switch, because it's gonna say Wii U too. Well, no, maybe not, because it may be both. But there should be an NPD on that somewhere. But here's the thing, man. How many do you think, John? How many copies do you think?
Oh man,
I'm gonna say 20 mil.
I would say it's pretty fucking close to how many Switches there are at the.
Hold on. No, it can't be 20 mil, because the best selling game of all time is Pokemon Sword and Shield. I think that had 16. I'll say 11 or 12. But I feel like it would be a lot more than that. Can you find an NPD on it?
Maybe more than that. I feel like there'd be a lot more than that.
Because if you think about it, some people bought it twice because they had it on Wii U and they bought it on Switch. I have it on Wii U and Switch.
I guess if people did buy it, because it did come out in the beginning of the console, so people were able to buy it on the Wii U
on day one, right? Because it was a day one.
Yeah, because I got it on day one. That's the only reason I know.
Let me see.
Still the second most selling
next day.
Okay, here, I found it in literally a matter of 2 seconds.
How updated is that number though?
I don't know, because you probably have that. You probably looked at the same thing I did here. It said by it said by 2019, Breath of the Wild had sold over 16.04 million copies worldwide. So here's the thing. Think about it, dude. If they come out with Breath of the Wild 2 and it sells 20 million copies day one, or first week or whatever, think about it. That can compete. Yeah, it's not as expensive, but that could compete. So that'd be pretty cool to see. It'd just be pretty cool to see. Yeah. You gentlemen got it.
Change their whole marketing thing on that, because they don't need to compete with Xbox or PlayStation.
No, they don't. Like that. Yeah. That's what I find so ignorant about people talking shit, like saying stuff like that. Like, when has Nintendo ever been one to, besides Sega, besides the console wars,
which they basically absorbed?
Correct. In the last 10 years, do you think they brought the Wii out and said, we're going to compete with the 360 and PS3? No.
Hell no.
No, they
wasn't even comparative.
They are a more family oriented console. They are, and that's why I love Nintendo. The thing I think they fucked up on the most is the naming of this fucker right here. The naming of this fucker right here, I think, was stupid. I really do think calling this a Switch is stupid, because it can't switch. It cannot go to a TV, so I find that dumb. I really do think they should have had a better name for a Switch Lite. There is literally no way of doing this. I've watched videos just trying to see if somebody has exploited it yet. And there's been like hacking exploits. I mean, I do find that naming stupid, but anyway. So moving on to the next story, unless you have anything, gentlemen.
Nope, I'm good.
Adam?
No.
Okay. This next one came out last week. This is probably one more for me than you two or the others. I will explain to you who these people are. Respawn.
Don't try to act like you're so rolling your eyes over here. Like, I will explain to you guys, because you're.
I will.
Oh God.
I will explain to you. You don't know names. We discussed this a couple weeks ago. We discussed this a couple weeks ago. You don't know names. Actually, we discussed this last week. Actually, off camera. That is fucking. That you don't know. You just don't know names.
All the time.
Respawn boss to take over EA's DICE LA studio. So the person who runs Respawn, his name is Vince Zampella.
He's the co-founder of Apex Legends and Jedi's Fallen Order.
Correct. You're probably looking that up on Google. And I know you are. The only reason I know you are is because when I Googled him the other day, that was the exact thing I said. But actually, Ed, do you know where he was before that?
Absolutely. He was.
Without looking at Google. Yeah, exactly. You don't. He's actually one of the. He worked on the original Medal of Honors, and he also worked on some of the better Call of Duties. Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and I believe he left at Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and started Infinity Ward. He started Infinity Ward with Call of Duty Modern Warfare, because he left and did that at Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Then he left and they started Respawn. And so what this article is stating is that he is not leaving Respawn. He is running, by the way, this is also the Titanfall studio for you people that don't know. He is running both studios, basically. DICE LA, he wants to pretty much change everything they're doing. DICE LA right now is the Medal of Honor studio, they used to be, and they are also a support studio, so they will make all these different kinds of maps and stuff, if you will, for games. What Zampella's went ahead and said we're going to do is, in this article right here, it says, quote, we will probably rebrand. We want to give it the new image. We want people to say this is a destination you can go to make content. I think they've gotten the branding that they are a support studio for the DICE Stockholm, which DICE Stockholm is who makes like Battlefield 5 and stuff. I think rebranding is important for showing people, hey, come work here. We're going to do some amazing things, which is true. I mean, it's in this article, he also says that there is a new game in the works at that studio that he cannot talk about.
How is he able to work for two companies at the same time?
His name
not
is
just the workload.
His name is Vince Zampella. He's a beast. I don't know. I don't know that answer.
I feel like he would have non-competes in there. And
no,
like
I think
to find some weird shit.
In all honesty, John, I think that he's done so much at Respawn to where he doesn't have to be there anymore. I think that the people that he runs, like Stig, the creative director on Jedi Fallen Order, and the guy that co-founded Respawn with Vince Zampella, is over Apex Legends. So I don't think he has to be there. There's higher up people that he trusts there, so he can go do other things. He's kind of just like, he's kind of like the face. Like somebody goes to a new company, like, oh fuck, I want to work for that guy. It's kind of like if like, I don't know if you guys will understand this. Tony Dungy is my favorite football coach of all time. If Tony Dungy was to come coach for a football team, be like, oh fuck, to give you an example, the Bucks used to be my favorite football team. Tony Dungy left the Bucks and went to the Indianapolis Colts, and the Colts became my favorite football team at that time in 2002 or 3 because I left and went for him. You know, it's kind of one of those things. You know, you see, oh, Dice LA is hiring. Oh shit, they hired Vince Zampella. Oh shit, I want to work for that guy. I want to work with that guy because he does big things. I mean, if there was a best developer award this year of 2019, Respawn would have got it. I mean, they released Apex, they released Jedi Fallen Order, 2 of the best games of the year. You know, so this is going to be big. There's remember guys, there's also a VR Medal of Honor game called Medal of Honor Above and Beyond. Coming out for the Oculus Rift. Respawn is making that right now as well. But yeah, it's going to be so hold on. Oh, I remember the game. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even see this. So, oh no, that's not it. I'm sorry, wrong thing. So that's it for Vince Zampella. So next, guys, of course, here we go again. I'm gonna put some pictures up here on the overlay here. Assassin's Creed Ragnarok leaked on multiple websites. This comes from Cody Peterson over at Screen Rant. At this point, every Assassin's Creed that has ever came out has been leaked at this point. So Assassin's Creed,
it's a marketing ploy.
Assassin's Creed Ragnarok has been leaked on multiple websites, including the one you see here in the green and red, gentlemen. That is GameStop Italy, which has the which I believe that one's the Assassin's Creed Ragnarok Mjolnir edition, I believe, and then the other one is Amazon Germany, which is the Valhalla edition for PS4. This is just companies fucking up again and fucking Ubisoft over like normal.
Well, I will say that the pre-sale number that is on that for GameStop pulls up Watch Dogs Legion.
Right now.
Yeah.
Correct.
Now. That's been this was probably 4 or 5 days ago.
Right.
Which means they would have taken it down by now. What are you saying?
Could have just been I don't know.
It's.
I hope not. I really hope Assassin's Creed never goes to Norse.
Why?
Yeah.
What is your?
I always want to.
What is your reason?
God of War.
I still don't understand your reasoning.
Well, this isn't God of War.
This isn't God of War. This is a whole different. This is a whole different creator. This is an open world. This is.
Understand. I love Assassin's Creed.
I don't think
Creed.
you do.
Love Assassin's Creed.
I think you're being a douche.
Go right ahead and think that. I hated when they went to.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me permission to think you're a douche.
I hated Odyssey. I hated that they went and did the whole Greek-Roman thing. There are certain things that I just don't.
I think you're the only person in the world that thinks that, and you're the person that they're like, yeah, you know what, fuck that guy. We'll just make this for the other people.
You know, I'm going to bring back an old concept. Adam, you're an abortion, buddy. Just saying. Just putting that.
Harsh.
All right. I guess I'll have to cut that one. I don't understand.
The world, the gods? Like, I feel like God of War is completely different.
Well, because you have this whole, especially the name Ragnarok, essentially that's what Kratos is fixing to do is fucking Ragnarok.
Okay, so let me explain something to you. You understand that Ragnarok is real, right? They didn't make it up for God of War.
Right.
Like, you understand this is a real thing, right? This was a real thing in Norse mythology.
Correct. I know a little about Norse mythology, about Greek mythology. Roman mythology in general is one of my favorite subjects.
Correct. It's mine as well, and I love it. I love it with a passion.
Correct. So
I hate to tell you,
Ragnarok is not just something that I believing Marvel here.
This game is good. This game is good in being made. This is probably the 5th time I've talked about it. Assassin's Creed Ragnarok is the next Assassin's Creed. I'm going to go ahead and say out on a limb here that I think it'll be shown in February. I think it will be, because I also have a hunch that the PS5 will be shown in February, because in 2014 it was shown in, or 2013 or 2014, I think it was 13, it was shown in early March or February.
Well, March is that kind of like sweet spot for
Yep. So that's where I thought that Xbox was going to get announced, and they fucking did the right thing. I think now I look at it more and I'm like, good job on you guys for showing at the Game Awards. That was fucking brave and bold. But I think the PS5 is going to be, and I think this is going to be a trailer. I think there's going to be a trailer for Assassin's Creed Ragnarok, if not gameplay, showing what the PS5 can do. There. I really do. I think this is going to be shown. I'm excited about this. Dude, I love Assassin's Creed. I love everything about Assassin's Creed. It takes so much time. My father-in-law, I actually bought him Origins recently, and he thought he was going to hate it, because, Assassin's Creed went away from that. They went away from that whole assassin thing, kind of, and they're more along the lines of, you're just put into this. It's more of a game now. It's more you into a world. You're not into history anymore. You're more into a world. Right. And, because Desmond Miles is not there. Abstergo is not in some of these anymore. Abstergo really wasn't in Greece or in Odyssey. Abstergo was in Origins, but it was not in Odyssey at all, really. And John, my father-in-law has been playing Origins. He's loving it. And that's why I'm telling you, dude, I can't wait for this. I don't understand your reasoning really for not wanting. I still don't understand your reasoning.
It's probably just a personal thing at this point.
Because if you love it so much, you should want that. That's what I would think, at least. That's why I want it.
I want it. I just don't want the setting, because the weapon they're going to use is going to be an axe, and it's just going to look and feel like a ripoff of God of War.
No, there's going to be multiple weapons. Have you played an Assassin's Creed recently?
I did not play Odyssey.
Okay, well, did you play Origins?
For the reasons that I played Origins.
Okay, dude.
Did not like Origins.
You can... What? Dude, Origins was amazing.
Look, I love the franchise. I love the story.
Obviously not.
I watch the game movies to hear the story. I hate playing them. It's a personal thing at this point.
Then fine. You know what?
I mean, it's not like they're going to have an actual, they may, but they're not going to have an actual Mjolnir, where you're running around the whole game
Hold on.
fucking...
Hold on.
Hey, Mjolnir would be a great artifact from the
I'm sure
ancients.
you will find something like that, but I guarantee you will not be like God of War. I'm throwing that bitch and it's fucking launching across the thing.
Jonathan, can you please say that name again?
Mjolnir?
Say it one more time for me.
Mjolnir.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to hear you say it.
Why?
Mjolnir, buddy.
Listen, who gives a fuck how you say it?
Anyway,
I'll let you have that, because I'm always correcting shit you're saying.
The thing is, I just don't understand, this is something that, with me, I love mythology. And with this, I was so excited when we talked about this leak the first time, about it being, and actually I believe I was the one that I remember I texted Jonathan and said, hey, I'm pretty sure the next game is going to be called Assassin's Creed Ragnarok, because they're going to reuse that name. But the thing is, you're going to be able to switch weapons, man. Do I have a feeling you're going to be looking for Mjolnir? Oh, yes. Do I believe Valhalla is going to be said 95 million times in that game? Yes, I do. Do I believe
that was the Vikings' religion?
That's how they are, man. I'll tell you what. If you don't want to play this, dude, we can happily do a let's play when we find out the streaming shit, and I will play it, and you just watch me.
There you go.
I'm okay with this.
Cool. Awesome. Cool.
And I will sit and I will criticize.
Cool. And you can go make me beverages. Awesome.
You can sit and criticize. You won't be getting off what I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, you can. Yeah. Whatever. I just don't understand. I don't know if I understand the reasoning, man. But anyway, it's okay. To each its own, I guess.
Even feel like it's gonna be overdone. Is that it?
A little bit of overdone, but also, like I said, I feel like it's just gonna, at that point, I'd rather go back and play God of War. It's that setting. It did it a better job.
How do you know it did it a better job?
Setting, because it's going to take place in the Netherlands or wherever it's taking place. It's going to be an actual.
I have 2 points. Number one, how do you know it did a better job, because this game hasn't been released yet? Number two, I forgot what I was going to go with number two. But number two had something to do with the fact of, the only thing that I don't like about this is them using the name Ragnarok, because Ragnarok has been used too many times. That one I will say. I mean, but here's the thing. With people that love mythology, or not, I don't even want to say people, with how much people know about the Norse, what names do you always hear? Mjolnir, Valhalla. Give me some other ones that Thor, Odin, Mimir, Loki, different names you hear. I have a feeling you're going to be fighting these gods. Yes, 1000%. I have a feeling that's going to be a lot of this game, and I'm okay with that. Like,
there's going to be actual gods in it?
No, I don't. I think there will be. I think because they're going to make it more real time type. I think
it's 100% going to.
Well, actually, I don't know. I think there will be gods in it. Well, here, listen. Hold on. Odyssey had Atlantis. Odyssey also had a Medusa type in Odyssey. So I mean, that's a monster, and they didn't use that real type thing, and that's a mythology because Medusa's a Greek mythology type thing. They had another monster in Atlantis that they fought in Odyssey. Fuck, I want to go back and play Odyssey now. God damn you, Adam.
The only thing I could think of is if they were using these gods kind of like they tied in the pieces of Eden stuff and used those type of advanced civilizations to pose as gods.
Origins had all their DLC, and they're like, what does Ubisoft call them? Their online events. Ubisoft had their online events and stuff. Like you would be fighting these like gods, these tomb type gods. So our Origins had that. I could definitely see this now. Now I can definitely see gods being in this. Like, it doesn't really bother me much, man. Like, the thing I'm gonna hate, Adam, is you're gonna be missing. Like you said, you hated Origins. Origins is like, dude, I swear to God, a top 20 game of all time for me. Origins, like, it's weird. Black Flag, Black Flag.
Hated the ship movement in Black Flag.
Don't understand how you can hate Black Flag. Don't understand. Black Flag is probably one of the best Assassin's Creeds of all time.
Ship fighting was one of my favorite parts of that game.
I loved the ship fighting. The traveling from island to island was.
I loved it. I loved every single bit of it.
I loved it. Yeah.
Black Flag, Syndicate was amazing. I love Syndicate.
Syndicate my all-time favorite.
Syndicate, Black Flag, Origins, and Odyssey are probably in my top 20 favorite games of all time. Now, let me also remind you, I didn't like Assassin's Creed. I didn't like Assassin's Creed 2. I did not like Assassin's Creed 3. I did not like Brotherhood. I did not like Revelations. I did not like, what's the other one?
Desmond. Pretty much.
Yeah, I pretty much didn't like anything with Desmond. I don't know. There was something about it I didn't like. But then when Black Flag came out and I played Black Flag, I loved it. The only one I have not played, which my father-in-law has literally pushed into my mind that I need to play, is Rogue. And that's the only one that I haven't played. And I just don't, man, damn, dude, I don't.
That's now out on the Switch.
Yeah, I know. I almost bought the double pack for $30, which was, what you call it, both of them.
What was it, Brotherhood?
What?
Listen, I didn't like the
which one?
Like that they kept using Ezio over and over again for several iterations. Like, he was great the first time, but after that I was like, we need to move on.
Yeah, because it was 2 Brotherhood, Revelation was all Ezio.
Yeah. See, I didn't like any of those. It was just, I didn't like Ezio. I didn't like the whole Desmond Miles story. I think the Abstergo thing really threw me off with it. I
call me a purist, call me whatever. I feel like that's when
purist.
it started go. I feel like that's when it started going downhill. Is once they got away from that subplot.
I think that's when it went uphill, because here's the thing. Yes, you do have a lot of people that love Assassin's Creed and that have those, Assassin's Creed like Brotherhood and Revelations is like some of their top favorite games of all time. But the thing is, you have a lot of people that didn't play Assassin's Creed for a lot of the reasons that I'm talking about. The movement in Assassin's Creed was horrible back in the day. A lot of their shit they did was horrible. But when they changed to this, now, do I like the online style of doing stuff online with people in Assassin's Creed? No, I fully believe Assassin's Creed should be a multiplayer game, or I'm sorry, a single player game. There's also been leaks out that Ragnarok will be a multiplayer. Will have a co-op mode. There are leaks out there that'll have a co-op mode. There's also leaks out there saying, let me see if I can find it in this article because I read it the other day, that it will have shit, I can't find it here, but it's going to have a co-op mode and different things of that nature.
Adam, you made this segment like 10 times longer because you didn't like fucking.
No, it's okay.
And
no, it's perfectly
Mike,
fine.
I'd like to point out that's what you wanted.
No, it's okay.
That's what you want.
People to disagree with you.
No, it's okay because I mean, it's okay to have wrong opinions. I'm okay with that.
Oh,
It's okay to have wrong opinions. That, by the way, that goes out to what's homeboy's name that I'm always arguing with on Facebook. That I argue with on Facebook, Jonathan. I can't think of the guy's name. The guy that always tries to get on us and say shit or about
semi-troll
about John Farber. Yeah, buddy. But you can.
Oh, the Sheik guy.
There you go. He has. He has. It's okay to have wrong opinions, man. But no, it's no. This is what I want. I mean, this is fine.
So,
this is just conversation. I mean, even though you're wrong, it's conversation.
To wrap this up in a nice little bow, so we can move on.
It's not gonna happen.
As of this moment,
it won't be
am not looking forward to it. But as you said, it's not come out. We've not seen any gameplay, nothing. So at this point, I can just be upset with the setting and the name.
You can be upset with the whole game for all I care. You are Adam Hammonds. I am Mike McMahon. I love what I love. You love what you love. Your opinions might be wrong, but I mean, I still love what I love.
I mean, if they do a straight superhero fall of a god landing, and
I'm not gonna lie,
shit, I'm gonna be like,
I'm not going to lie. I hope they do a superhero landing, a superhero Thor landing. I really do, just so I can Deadpool it. Just so I can Deadpool it. He's gonna do a superhero landing. He's gonna do a superhero landing. Look at it. He's gonna do a superhero landing. I can't wait, just so I can do that. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be great. I'm excited for it. Like I said, if anything, Adam, here's the thing: if it releases and it's as bad as like Breakpoint was, then yeah, I'm not playing that. But and it would suck because this is the one. So there's two things that everybody wants from Assassin's Creed. They want a Norse and they want a feudal Japan. I want a feudal Japan so fucking bad. I want a feudal Japan Assassin's Creed where I can be a goddamn shinobi. So basically I want a Tenchu or a shinobi game again.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I want it so bad it's not even funny. Like I want to be that because think about it. One of your first a ninja was an assassin, dude. Yeah, ninjas are assassins.
Well, that's
shinobi and ninjas are almost.
And then you're fighting shoguns.
Are almost the same thing. What do you think? What do you think?
I have a left hand and a right hand.
What do you think the what's his name was? The dude was in Sekiro.
Sekiro, he was
a shinobi.
He was a shinobi turned ninja.
Thank you. Same kind of instance. They are not the same thing, I will say, but they are close enough to being the same thing. To where I would play as a ninja or a shinobi type. I don't want a samurai game because you got Ghost of Tsushima for that.
But I could see that being like the heavy shoguns and stuff like that. Those big armored like samurai. Those being like the heavies that you have to fight in that kind of game.
Exactly.
As long as there's no Naruto hand shapes and stuff, I think we'd be good.
As long as I can Naruto run in the game, I'm good.
Well, oddly enough, now I want to go play For Honor.
You're welcome. Actually, oddly enough, I also want to join you in playing For Honor. Actually, I love that game. I really do. I love For Honor.
I've not played since release.
I don't think I've played since release either, and I probably would get in there and get my ass literally handed to me. Gentlemen, I'm gonna switch this up, and I'm going to do this story here first.
Okay.
So about 4 months ago, back in September, we got a release from we got a tease from WB Montreal. Oh shit, there's an updated image. God damn it, Michael. There was a tease from WB Montreal on their Twitter. Pretty much saying capture the night, which basically teased the next Batman game that's going to be from them. If you don't know, WB Montreal are the people that made Arkham Origins, which is a game that Rocksteady will not and says it's not canonical. They do not like them. They do not like that game. That's why you don't see Origins in any of the Arkham triple packs or anything of that nature. So, guys, what you're looking at on screen here is how much... You know what? I'm going to have to explain this to you. All right, so we talked about this before, Jonathan. I believe it was just me and you. I don't believe Adam was here. When that leak came out, I believe I told you this game was going to be something with an organization called the Court of Owls.
Yes, you did. Actually, I do remember.
Adam, do you know anything about the Court of Owls?
A little.
Okay, so good. At least you know a little bit of something. All right,
They
so
got a cool mask.
For once.
yes, I'm very proud of you for knowing something in your lifetime.
Listen, Courtney and I have already decided our first son will be named Damian Wayne. Suck it.
I don't know how I feel about naming your son after a character, even though I was going to name my child Anakin.
I named my cat Anakin.
I was also going to name. Actually, Kirsten gave me about a month before we found out Arya was a girl. Kirsten was going to let me name. If it was a boy, was going to let me name him Sora. So I'm okay with this.
Nice.
So no, it's. So the Court of Owls is an organization that pretty much kind of like runs Gotham, if you will. What you're looking at on screen here, audio listeners, you can look this up. Google new Batman game tease, and you'll see it in the images. So basically what you're looking at is you're looking at a broken Gotham shield, a Gotham police shield, if you will, which pretty much tells you that the police department is broken up of different people. And what this also tells you is that the Court of Owls runs this. If you also look at this symbol that's up right now, gentlemen, the circular symbol here, this with all these circles here, what this tells me is that this is going to be it's going to have factions. You're going to have a lot of factions. It's going to kind of be like Shadow Mordor, if you will. I'm hoping they kind of add the Nemesis system in here. I think the Nemesis system that's in those games. Who's played Shadow Mordor here?
I have.
Both of you have. Okay. So I think the Nemesis system in this game would work perfectly, seeing that there's a lot of underbosses of, different bosses in the games or in the comics, like Two-Face, and might have an underboss or whatever. So what you're looking at here, this one here on the left, this is the Dragon's Head. The Dragon's Head is is Ra's al Ghul's fucking League of Assassins. I had to think about that. Goddamn. So there's three other they've added in this article right here. And by the way, this comes from John Prager from Screen Rant. I don't know these three. One of them is a Talon. One of them is a Talon, which I'm going to guess is the Talon. The Talon is what they call the assassin in the Court of Owls. By Scott Snyder, I think is who wrote that. How I also know this is a Court of Owls game is when the leak came out, Scott Snyder also which is the writer of the Court of Owls, also posted on Twitter and said, "Beware the Court of Owls. Wait for it." So it's kind of, and in the police shield here, you can actually see the talons. If you look very closely in the police shield, you can see the talons come up here right beside the swords.
So these big circles, do you think so? That's going to be the 6 major factions.
Yes.
Or do you think that inner circle is going to be
the inner part will be the inner part? I think will
factions.
Yes, because I will tell you the Joker will be in this goddamn game somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
So I believe he will be in that intersection there. I believe the Court of Owls. I believe this game is all about the Court of Owls. But these other factions will be who you have to like take down, kind of almost like a Nemesis system. You'll have to take these down to get to the bigger bosses. Right. They also had I'm gonna fuck this up. So with the Batman logo on with the stuff they showed on Twitter, they had a saying on there that said "Cape sur la nuit," which is "capture the night" in French. So I think I did really fucking good with that.
Literally the word like night as in it's nighttime, or night as
night as in like KNIGHT.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right. That's what I was going to make sure.
Yeah, because
I assumed it was night, like
because they call Batman the Dark Knight.
Right,
So I don't understand. Like, they actually have shown the other 3. I don't know what these other I do see the I see the Gotham Police Shield, which means Gotham Gotham Police is a faction. Then the Dragon's Head here is of course what I explained to you with Ra's al Ghul. These other 3 though, one of them I believe is probably the Talon, which the Talon is like the assassins for the Court of Owls. That's the mask that you see, Jonathan. That's the mask you were talking about. That's the cool mask. Yeah, so I'm really excited about this. I'll let you gentlemen talk a little bit about it. I talked enough.
So
I mean,
further down
if
in the
it's-
article,
Jonathan probably won't talk much about it.
further down in the article, it was saying how the inner circle, how there's like the four big circles,
Okay.
could indicate those are your 4 playable characters.
Okay, I can see that.
So,
I could see there being something like Damien, Bruce, maybe Batgirl, and
Batgirl, and they said,
well, did they say it in here?
Nightwing.
I can play Alfred.
It said these could include Bruce, Batgirl, Damien, who was playing for Arkham Knight, and another. And I know that Nightwing was playable in Arkham Knight.
Right, but also so was Catwoman. You know, there's
True, but I think that would keep it in the Bat family.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I could see that. That would. But there's also, if you look in the center, there's also 5 smaller circles in those 4 4 smaller circles there. You see those 5 smaller circles. Maybe those are playable characters because they're
you see all these triangles around,
or mini bosses, or
right. I see what you're saying. You're being a douche, but I'm just being serious.
Correct. So
those 5
that could those are the faction, but those are the 5. You know, you have
playable,
Joker in the center, and then you have
maybe
Mr.
there's
Freeze and blah, blah, blah.
Maybe there's Penguin and Two-Face and all of them, and I can see that. I mean, it's hard to speculate. This is all speculation, obviously, people. Hopefully it'll be good.
I love. Oh my god, I love the Batman series. Like,
so do I.
I loved Arkham Knight.
People hated Arkham Knight, dude. Can you believe that?
I don't
Really?
care. Like, I was my
People hated Arkham Knight.
Who?
I am curious to see how they will come back from the end of Arkham Knight.
Yes.
Arkham Knight was my first Batman game that I've played since like fucking Sega, and it was so good. We already talked about this, I think, on a previous episode.
So here's what I will tell you. The only thing about Arkham Knight was I seen that whole thing at the end coming very fast.
Oh well, yeah.
Off the rip.
The Jason Todd thing I seen coming so fast.
Not off the rip, but pretty quick.
Yeah, well, that's why I said pretty fast. It was a fast thing of, you know, I seen that coming. I mean, it wasn't hard. But it's a very exciting thing because I do love these Arkham games. I'm going to steal a quote here. I believe it's a quote from you guys won't know who this is, but a guy named Barrett Courtney on Kind of Funny Games. Quit fucking teasing and just show the goddamn game. Very simple process. Thank you for letting me speak. Yeah. So, if you guys don't have anything else, we'll move on. Adam?
Okay.
Nope. I was looking at the video with all the different symbols, and I just can't really glean anything.
Would you like me to leave the video up for you for a couple seconds, and we'll just sit here with dead air?
No, sir. I have my own video on my own screen. Feel free to move on.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that what I can do with the show. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You are welcome.
You can also look at it in the show notes if you really need to.
Yes, you could. You could just.
This has the updated with all the different symbols.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're looking at that one. Okay, I know which one you're looking at. Yeah, that one's actually a good one. See, I want to know what those other 3 symbols are on the bottom there. Yeah. Like I said, I think one of those symbols is a talon. Which, like I said, the talons are the assassins that you see with the almost crow bird like mask, Jonathan, that you're talking about. That's what the talons are. The Court of Owls is like your here you go, Jonathan. Court of Owls and Illuminati. Here you go. Same fucking thing. I'm being dead serious. Yeah. Same fucking thing. Like an inner thing that nobody knows about that kind of like runs the world, if you will. Does that make any kind of sense to you now?
For sure.
Okay, 100%. There we go. All right, cool. All right.
Also, I saw that people are saying that in the Gotham Police symbol underneath the cross swords, there's a little X that could indicate the Saint Dumas.
Okay. Yes. I know who you're talking about.
Azrael was in.
Mm-hmm. I love Azrael as a character.
Oh god,
he's such a good character. I like how he's more of a mercenary, but he doesn't want to help Batman. The other thing I found funny was I was, of course, like I talk about Kind of Funny all the time, listening to them, and I heard somebody say that same little X thing that you were talking about there, Adam. They said Batman coming to Smash Brothers. because that's almost a Smash logo if you turn it up. So, so we'll move on here, guys. So there was a big Pokemon Direct this week. Very massive one, actually, where they announced Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, which is Rescue Team, Blue Rescue Team and Red Rescue Team together. You can actually download that demo now, and it will take your save data over to the new game when you buy it. Gentlemen, these are just some images here of these are not all the images, obviously, but these are just a couple images. If you're a video listener, or if you're a video watcher, you can see it. Mustard, this guy you're seeing, is your new mentor. He used to be a champion as well. So this comes from the Washington Post. Yep, Washington Post. Yep. This comes from Washington Post, and it's Elise Favis. It's the person I was telling you about earlier. Good job, Elise. I'm proud of you, even though you don't know me. So one thing they announced here is they announced that there's going to be a expansion pass for each game. They're each going to be $29.99. They're going to include two separate areas, the Crown Tundra and the Isle of Armor. You know what? I'm just going to read her fucking article here because it'll make more sense doing it that way. So fans who were upset when Pokemon Sword and Shield limited its catalog of Pokemon for the first time in the series history have reason to celebrate. Upcoming expansions to Sword and Shield will be bringing back over 200 creatures from past games. Pokemon Sword and Shield is the fastest selling Nintendo Switch game in history. During a Pokemon Direct on Thursday, two expansions were announced for Sword and Shield: Isle of Armor, which will be coming in June 2020, and the Crown of Tundra, which will be coming in fall 2020. Both will be set in unexplored territories in the Galar region and come with a bevy of new areas, battle challenges, characters, Pokemon, customizable outfits, and more. For those who want to experience both Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra, you can pre-purchase expansion passes today on the Nintendo eShop for $29.99. There are two separate expansion passes, one for Pokemon Sword and one for Pokemon Shield. Do you gentlemen have anything before I keep going?
Nope.
Okay.
Still need to beat the game.
Oh yes, me too. I agree with you. Both Isle of Armor and the Crown of Tundra will include their own take on the wild area, which is a seamless map filled with Pokemon dens for max raid battles. You can invite friends to join these fights, even if they don't own one of the expansions. Game Freak says these wild area locations will be even larger and will include over 200 existing Pokemon, like a Galar version of Slowpoke, as well as legendary ones. Some of these legendary Pokemon were revealed during the stream. Cubfu, which you'll see him, guys, in here. He is kind of like a bear fighting type Pokemon, will be available in Isle of Armor, and the big-headed Calyrex in the Crown of Tundra. That's a poison grass type, I believe, is what she is. So one thing I'm going to say before I keep going, all of you Dexit people, as they're calling them, now you can shut the fuck up because now they're adding more Pokemon for you. Do you not know what Dexit? Do you not know what Dexit is?
I can fill in the blank. I just not heard that term before.
Oh, it's called Dexit is what it is. Dexit is the Pokedex, and because it was kind of Brexit and Dexit together because it's in London.
Well, people are still pissed off because now I gotta pay money to get my fucking extra.
Here's the thing: people are always gonna be pissed off. What does almost every fucking Nintendo game have? A fucking expansion pass. Stop being fucking spoiled. Pay the $29.99. If you don't want to pay the $29.99, cool. You bought the game. Play the fucking game and enjoy yourself. Here. I'll say this, and I'll say this one time. Let me actually stare in the camera while I say this. If you don't want to buy the game, you don't have to. I tell Jonathan this all the time. This is actually one of my favorite things. It is your God-given right not to do so, or whatever God you believe in, to not do that. So shut the fuck up and play the goddamn game. Anyway, I'm gonna finish up here. That shit pisses me off because I hear it all the time from people at the hospital that have. Listen, dude, I hear this all the night. Like massive Pokemon fans. Okay, pissed off about it. Have not played the game yet. Oh, this game looks horrible. Have you played it? No. Then how can you talk shit about something you haven't played? That's the only thing I don't like. I don't like when people talk shit about stuff they haven't played. I'm not going to talk shit about something I haven't played. But anyway, Isle of Armor introduces a new island on the outskirts of Galar, and its story focuses on themes of growth, according to the developers. It's filled with the beautiful nature, bogs, caves, and dunes, and announced during the stream. In a dojo for Pokemon battles, you will meet your new and powerful mentor Mustard. The expansion pass comes with new rivals as well. Clara, who is a poison type, and Avery, which is a psychic type. Clara is for sword, I believe, and Avery is for shield. As I know, I'll have Avery. The Crown Tundra takes place in a snowy region where you may notice a strange temple or a giant tree growing in a place it doesn't belong. It also offers a deeper dive into Pokemon dens, which players only had a glimpse of during max raid battles in Sword and Shield. As you explore these dens and wild areas in either expansion, your starter Pokemon and fully evolved into Rillaboom, Cinderace, and Inteleron will gain the ability to turn into their Gigantamax forms for the first time. Do you know the difference?
Who are you talking to? Me?
I think Adam knows the difference between Gigantamax and Adam.
I know the Gigantamax are like the giant fucking.
Adam,
Pokemon.
do you know the difference in Gigantamax and what you call it? Gigantamax and what's the other one called? Dynamax Pokemon.
I'm assuming Dynamax, Gigantamax.
Dynamax is where your Pokemon. So all Pokemon can Dynamax. All Pokemon can get big. Gigantamax means your Pokemon pretty much looks different. So you see how this Rillaboom here looks different?
Oh yeah, it's like
that's what Gigantamax means.
Mega Evolution.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They got rid of Mega Evolution, so it's kind of like a Mega. Will gain their ability to.
If you follow Pokemon lore, it could be the different timeline. That's why they're not doing.
Why are you so far away from your mic?
Get closer to the mic. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it's trying to relax.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
For those who haven't yet beaten Pokemon Sword and Shield story, the developer signaled that it wouldn't be a problem. Oh, look at that. Look at that, Adam.
Okay.
Players can hop into the expansions without having concluded the game's main quests. Another announcement during the Nintendo Direct included the reveal of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, a game arriving on March 6th for Nintendo Switch. It is a remake of the Mystery Dungeon spinoff from 15 years ago, Pokemon Dungeon Red Rescue Team and Blue Rescue Team. A demo version is available from the eShop, and your progress in the free trial will transfer to the full game. Also, something she didn't say in here is that Pokemon Home was shown as there as well. Pokemon Home will be here in February. If you're not familiar with what Pokemon Home is the area where you can have all your Pokemon.
I'm gonna see if I can break the fuck out of that.
What's that?
Pokemon Home.
Okay.
You and everybody else.
Yep.
It'll be broken.
I got my power save for my Pokemon Sun. Go ahead and get some good shit. Go ahead and load him to the home and get him in Sword. Cool.
That'd be pretty awesome. Hopefully they'll let it. I mean, they're adding 200 Pokemon, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome to do. That's a lot of work. I mean, it's crazy the way these. I mean, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent earlier, but it cracks me up how these people get pissed off about. Once again, I go to gamers are fucking spoiled, and they get so spoiled and talk so much shit about something. It's like, man, there's 400 Pokemon, bro. Were you really going to use all 800 of these fucking Pokemon? No, you weren't.
They use the same like 30.
Even half of them.
I mean, the real people, yes, they would have, but how many real people in the world are there?
Not the people that are fucking bitching right now.
Correct. So, it's one of those things. But that's your Pokemon Direct. So that's it for the news, gentlemen. Let's what do you say we hop into some by the way, here's your yellow Slowpoke. It's pretty awesing. Let's hop into some new releases, if you will.
New releases.
So hopping in new releases here. I guess I'll start out. Atelier Shally, Alchemist of the Dusk CDX for PC, PS4, and Switch on January the 14th.
Thank you so much for reading that.
You're welcome. This is my I can read words. I can read words.
A Long Way Down on the PC, January 16th.
Thank you. I couldn't announce that.
That was much easier for me.
Ryuga Gattaku 7, Yakuza Like a Dragon. PS4 in Japan, January 16th.
I'm going to announce. So, I want to play that. I want to play Yakuza 7. If nobody knows, Yakuza 7 has went totally different than all the other Yakuzas. It is a new storyline with new characters. Yakuza 7 is no longer a beat 'em up. Yakuza 7 is a turn-based, almost almost turn-based RPG, kind of like Octopath Traveler or Final Fantasy. Yes, I'm not making this up. This is dead ass serious. In the game, they paid for the license of Dragon Quest. So Dragon Quest,
really?
yes, and the main character in the game is a massive fan of Dragon Quest and talks about it. There are summons in the game where you can summon like crayfish and stuff, and crayfish will go all over a guy. Go watch videos of Yakuza 7. It looks amazing, and I'm going to play it. I cannot wait. Jonathan, go ahead and read this one. I'll let you read this shitty game that's going to be bad.
Well, let Adam. He's gonna be
gonna be the
playing
one.
it.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot for PC, PS4, and Xbox One, January 17th.
Adam, for your sake, I hope this game's good. I really do,
Me too.
and because you're about the only one that probably cares about it. I really hope it's good for you. I don't know, man. I hope it is. I hope it's good for you.
I'm debating if I want to pick it up day one.
Here's the thing. Here's the good thing. Reviews should be out probably the 15th, 14th or 15th, I would say. Monday or Tuesday. I'll tell you what. When the reviews come out, because I look up dumb shit all day. If I see the reviews, I'll send them to you and I'll let you know. Because if here's the thing, if IGN gives it, with IGN's new scale now, they don't give point decimal numbers anymore. They're 1 through 10 now. So if they give it a 9. And it's and usually what they do is they have somebody like yourself that loves this to review it. That way they would see if somebody likes it, if that person likes it, great. You probably would too. So I think it's cool they're doing a Dragon Ball RPG. I really do. I think that's awesome.
Well, because I start clinicals on the 21st, so I won't have any homework or anything to do all weekend, so I'll have literally 3 days to play it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So I'm kind of...
Has anybody noticed that time went by really fast? It was 12:30 2 minutes ago.
That is incorrect, sir.
It is now 2 a.m. All right, so let's hop into Budget Gamer. John, go ahead and take it away.
Okay. I'll hop into Budget Gamer. So we'll start out with CD keys. For you, Mr. Adam, we've got DBZ Kakarot pre-order PC. It went down some to $44.89.
But will it run on my GeForce 635?
Probably not.
Probably not. Doom Eternal PC is going to be $39.50. Right. Let me scratch that. Cyberpunk 2077 is the same as it was last week, $46.19. Jedi Fallen Order for Xbox One is $38.29, and for PC is $43. Resident Evil 2 for PC is $15.79 as well. So if you haven't played those games, you can pick them up for pretty fucking cheap.
Yep.
Epic Game Store, as we talked about, released Sundered Eldritch Edition. It's going to be available from January 9th to the 16th. Coming up soon after that will be January 16th to the 22nd, a game called Horus. I don't know anything about this game at all, but it will be coming out. So Stadia Pro still has the same games as last week, Rise of the Tomb Raider and Thumper. Same thing with Xbox Game with Golds. If you want to get it and you're listening to this podcast, you probably have 2 days to listen to it, to pick these games up. Tekken 6 and Jurassic World Evolution will no longer be available on January 15th. And they still have Styx, Shards of Darkness, available to the 31st. And finally, on PS Plus, also the same games, Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection, and Goat Simulator. Both of those games will no longer be available on February 23rd. February 3rd. And that is all I have for Budget Gamer.
Awesome. Let's move into the wonderful topic of the week. We're going to talk about gamer rage, if you will.
Do you have this problem? I know you kind of talked about it before.
I have had this problem one single time of my whole life, and in all honesty, and it was Uncharted 2. Uncharted 2 is my only gamer rage moment of wanting to throw a goddamn controller. I've never even had this moment in Call of Duty. I have had this moment in Uncharted 2, and it was because I don't even remember why. I just know I want to throw my goddamn controller. Nah, man, it's not a real big deal for me. I see a lot of people, like I see people talking about how they break controllers like nightly almost. It's fucking weird when I see that kind of shit.
Why are you so aggressive?
Yeah, why? God, Jesus.
My God.
You need Jesus.
You need Jesus.
And-
you need
and-
peace in your life, mother.
Yeah, I guess so. Jesus, Allah, whatever you believe in, but Jesus, you need something.
Dude. I mean, I'm not going to say I've never gotten so pissed off that I have thrown my controller across the room, because I have, but it's not very many times. I don't really suffer from gamer rage too much, but at least not now, because I kind of, you grow older, you get really, bullshit's really not that fucking important. You don't need to break shit.
Yeah,
know.
you are pretty fucking old.
I'm talking about like from when you're fucking 16, or
sorry.
you're like Adam's age, bro.
I didn't mean to say that out loud.
Oh yeah, well then you fuck you. But I used to do this a lot. Is I'd be laying on my bed playing the fucking game, and I just start smashing the controller against the bed.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I still do that to this day.
This was like PS2 times when I was doing that, and I wouldn't like damage my controller. Most of it was my, but still, that controller was getting some impact. It was just that. Like, I don't remember exactly why. I'd fucking hit shit. I'd get so goddamn mad, and what was it worth? What was it worth? But I see these other people on fucking YouTube throwing a goddamn controller through a fucking TV.
Okay, all right. So some of us.
So I've only broken one controller.
Some of us need some help. Jesus.
Saying.
Some of us
in
need
my
help.
gamer times.
You've only broken one controller?
Yeah, and it was Destiny when it first came out.
Old Destiny.
Oh yeah.
How did that manage?
It was the mission where in the first Destiny, first everything, and what's when the Vex showed up for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was playing on hard, and go over across this little hill, and then you going down a hill, and you have all these Vex, and you have to shoot them. And I was like, I got it down to a fucking science. I died so many times. All right, chest shot, up, down, left, like everything. And I kept fucking dying, and I got pissed and just slung my controller. I was in the living room, like across. I was trying to make it like land on the carpet. Missed, skipped it across the tile of the kitchen into the wall, and it shattered.
Jesus.
And I, at that point, stopped playing that, because that was my only controller for the PlayStation 3.
Good job, buddy.
You need to take a fucking break.
That's exactly what that comes down to. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you need to take a fucking break, man. It's time. It's time to chill out.
So also,
hold on. We can't fucking hear you.
I'll be back in a second. How Xbox One S controllers have these little side piece here that pops off.
Mm-hmm.
Doing a white controller. I've contorted my controller so much I've popped those off before because I've been so angry at video games.
Just super grip,
clenching
down and twisting.
Motherfucker! And they've
Jesus.
popped out before. So yes,
You need help.
I definitely suffer.
You have
from
an
gamer rage.
You have an anger problem.
I do.
I mean, my kids learn new fucking curse words every goddamn day. Because
that's not
through 3 fucking walls.
I don't consider that rage. I fucking cuss a shitload.
Almost every time I die.
Yeah.
Jedi Fallen Order, I did that quite a bit.
Oh, yes, very much so.
Especially when it launched you, like, I was here like a half an hour ago, and I've got to go back to the save point. Bullshit. And just cussing and cussing and cussing.
I almost put my controller through my TV the other night because I was on Need for Speed Heat, and the way that game works is you rack up all your XP and money, all your XP at night, and you don't get that XP until you get back to a garage. So if you get caught by the cops, you lose.
You lose all that XP, right?
You lose like 90% of it. You get like a very small amount. So I'd gone like 4, 5, 6 levels. Like I had a great night running from the cops. Like I loved it. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning.
I love how he says it. Had a great night running from the cops. Huh.
Yep. I loved it. And then I get I'm like on the way back to the garage. And then my dumbass is like, I'm not playing online right now. Let me go ahead and connect to the internet so I can play online and have some fun as I'm trying to get back to the garage. it goes into an endless cycle of loading the internet. So and I'm like, all right, well, normally whenever I just power down my Xbox, it saves where I'm at. I'm still in solo, so hopefully it'll load back into whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Lost all my fucking shit.
Oh my god!
I punched my desk, and I'm surprised Courtney didn't wake up and yell at me.
That would have been funny.
So at that point, I was like, you know what? Let's turn it off. After I've already raged and turned it off, and I have not played since. It's been 2 days now.
You'll go back into it. You just need some time. Man.
Yeah.
You just need time.
I turned it on today, and I bought. All I did was buy a new vehicle for rally events, and that was it. So tomorrow I'll play some more.
That was a lot. I don't know what to say.
Amazing.
I feel better about myself now.
I would hope so, my friend.
Do you see other people gamer rage? Have you ever
Oh, dude.
from the
Oh
outside?
my god. You don't even, dude.
I know.
Playing Call of Duty for the years I did with multiple people, I don't think I had to see it so much as hear it over the mic.
Yeah.
Heard it through the
People
walls.
just screaming.
My brother.
Blood curdling. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I don't think I ever had. Fuck, man. It was more along the lines of my friends just fucking just running at the mouth and just talking. So, bro, where the my buddy Justin? I love this motherfucker to death. He was in my wedding, but he'd be we'd be getting our ass whooped during a game, and he'd be like, "Where the fuck is my team?" And he'd be the lowest on the leaderboard, lowest KD, lowest KD, and he'd be talking shit the whole time. We make fun of him to this day about it, but it's just a very funny process. And I've seen gamer rage so many times with people. The main thing I always see is people throwing controllers. My brother likes to break headsets.
What?
My brother has probably went through 14 Xbox One headsets.
Jesus.
He likes to break headsets. It's all the time.
I like to throw mine out the desk and
he does this.
Ew.
But does it too far sometimes if he gets mad and snaps. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm surprised that I have not damaged my keyboard or any of my monitors from throwing my headset and storming off.
I've never thrown a headset or done anything like that with a headset, but controllers I'll beat against a bed.
And granted, I do that with just anything. I was fucking typing up flashcards for my finals, and I come back. I go get Glacier. I come back and it didn't save anything. I was like, oh shit! I just lost an hour's work, and I was threw my shit, grabbed my cup, stormed out, slammed the door.
But that's also
and then Courtney was like, "Did you control Z?" I'm like, I went back and I was oh, there it is. So I texted her, I was like, thank you.
Literally while I was a cop.
I love how this starts out. Literally I was a cop, right?
Literally while I was a cop, I got a call about a disturbance, about a fight. And two brothers, I walk in, they're on this kitchen floor.
I'm really excited to hear the story actually.
They're wailing on each other, just like you'd see in a freaking movie, one's on top of the other and then they roll, just punching each other straight to the fucking face. And I had to break it up. I had a partner or whatever. We split them up. What's going on? Why are y'all fighting? He fucking cheated. What are you talking about? They were playing fucking Xenoverse. They were playing DBZ Xenoverse, and he knocked his brother's fucking controller so he wouldn't do a damn super move out of his hands and beat him. And that started a knockdown, drag out fight. I'm talking there was a broken bedside table. The coffee table was fucked up. They were legitimately rolling around the ground, and their mom. Now, I say their mom, but these people were 23 and 22 years old, fighting in their living room because one knocked a controller out of their hands.
That's great.
That's fucking gamer rage, man.
That's hilarious, actually.
Yeah, no, actually, it is.
That
I
would-
laughed at them to their face. They're red, beat red. I'm like, y'all are fucking stupid. Y'all
What,
are fucking stupid. I understand, but y'all are fucking stupid.
What city was this?
Let's see. This would be good old Winter Haven. My friend.
Oh, of course it is. I don't
Of
expect
course,
anything
in Winter
else.
Haven. Might be in the Inwood JPV area.
Once again, I don't see any. I don't see anything. I don't see anything different.
No. That Inwood JPV area, you know, sometimes things get a little hot.
There's
A little
some,
temperature rise.
there's some hot stuff in there. Some hot stuff in there.
There is some hot shit.
So, gentlemen,
Super dangerous.
we've been pushing.
Quick side note.
Oh, okay.
John, is that a Majora's Mask poster next to you?
Yes, it is, sir.
Mm.
It is beautiful.
I saw some eyes staring at me, and I was like, "Is that what I think it is?"
Give you a good show there. If you can see it.
Are you sure
Nice,
this?
pretty.
Are you sure that wasn't me just staring at you, Adam?
Oh.
I mean, I feel you staring at me all the time, but
Well,
I
they
mean,
both
I
have
do.
cold, piercing eyes.
John, you almost dropped your shit there.
No, I knocked myself in the head with that.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. You just dropped it again.
Yep. I'm setting it on the ground. We're good.
Okay, cool. Are you in your room right now, Jonathan?
Yes, I am.
Are you getting in trouble by your wife?
Nah, I don't even know where that bitch is.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
No.
Cool. Adam,
I don't call my wife a bitch regularly.
mine's asleep.
is she knocked the fuck out?
Yep.
Is the light on?
Both lights are on this time.
That hoe can sleep, boy. That hoe
really?
can sleep.
That
yeah.
hoe can sleep.
Man,
Oh,
look. We're like brother and sister now. I can call her that. It's okay. But it's that dude. When I say mouth wide ass open. If you didn't see that last week, you could see that in the camera last week.
It's not too open this time.
Oh, it's not too open. Okay.
Nah, just a little bit.
Just
right.
enough to slide inside it.
So, gentlemen, this is
Adam's over here nodding like, fuck yeah.
so, gentlemen. This has been.
No way I can get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 30 of the ADHD Gamer. I don't know if we have a title besides the one that I have here on the Google Docs, but I want to thank you all for listening. And I also want to tell you that you can find us anywhere that audio podcasts are playable. And you can also find us at Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at ADHD Gamer Podcast. Gentlemen, do you have anything to say to the people before we get out of here?
See you later, ADHD gamers.
I'm trying to find my fun fact. Hold on. Jesus Christ. I had it.
Why didn't you tell me that
before?
before I plugged?
I wouldn't have said see you later.
Oh God, I had it and now I can't find it. It was in my notes.
You need to start
Without
putting this in a Google Doc so we could put this in the Google Doc. That way it can be a
I
segment.
just need to send it to you so you can stick it actually in the show notes.
I also don't have a thing for this in the bottom. Oh, fucking goddamn it. Adam, you have screwed my whole weekend up.
God.
Adam's
We're
fun
gonna call this
facts.
segment Adams knows it all.
Adam ruins it all is more like it. Jesus Christ.
Hurry up, Clarissa.
No, okay.
You're a little
it
too
was
young
a
for that.
stupid one.
No, that's not too young for me
Silence
though.
of the Lambs.
What about it?
Well,
Silence of the Lambs. It was
a movie.
what's his face?
It was a
Yeah,
movie.
It was a movie. It was a
Hannibal
movie.
Lecter.
Hannibal?
Clarissa. Yep, that Hannibal
No,
Lecter.
no, actually
Can't
it
think of her
wasn't.
separate name.
Actually, I was thinking of Clarissa Knows It All. It was an old
Oh.
show back in the day.
Yes.
Oh, because it was Hello Clarice, not Clarissa.
Correct. You
Right.
fucking young bastard.
But
Born in.
still, you got the wrong reference.
True that.
You did. 1995.
Yeah.
Good
Joan
job.
Hart, bro.
God.
Anyway,
how is
long
she
story
doing?
Had my heart.
How is she doing? Let me see how she's doing.
She's still working. She's
To
got
make a
some
long
shows
story
and shit.
short, my fun fact wasn't that fun.
What? Okay. Damn. She's still pretty hot.
I mean, you're not wrong.
What is your fun fact?
In Donkey Kong, the princess that Mario is trying to save is not Daisy or Peach. Her name, in fact, was Pauline, and she makes an appearance in Odyssey.
She makes appearance in Odyssey.
She's the mayor of whatever town it is. Like the
That's the only part of that fact I did not know.
Okay. Are we done?
It wasn't that fun of a fact. It was,
You need listen.
I found it interesting.
Your new thing from now on, because now I have to make a thing for Adam's fun facts. But you need to send that to me so I can put that in the show notes so we can have that as a segment.
And you can approve it.
No,
His
I don't
fact
care.
wasn't
I don't.
fun enough.
I'm not. No, I'm not. You can say whatever fun facts. I want you to find 5 fun facts for the week. They don't even have to be game related. Dude, are you fucking serious? This is all you have to do.
Fun fact.
Yeah,
I have to edit. I have to find news. I got to do all this good shit. You have 5 fun facts to find. Adam, I can find you 35,000 fun facts right now if I go on Google and type in fun facts.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fun facts that I find fun but aren't fun. The fact that Mega Man was originally called Rockman in Japan.
Have you ever seen the movie Teeth?
Oh God, yes, and no.
Yes, it'll
No,
fuck you up. It'll fuck you up. Yes.
The original Xbox was named Direct Xbox because it was running DirectX graphics.
Bam. See, that's the little fun facts I'm okay with. Why not have that? Put dumb facts in people's mind like that's in mine, please.
The calculator, the TI-83, has more graphic processing power than the Commodore 64.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. See, that's all we need. All right.
I need something to really smack me on my ass, though. Like,
yeah, give me something that's like
a punch.
Give me something like Jonathan wants to know about like training orgies or something.
Mike, I have a fun fact about your favorite game.
God of War?
No, let me rephrase that.
I was like, what about God of War?
No, sorry. Final Fantasy
Well, you
VII.
fucked that up.
Okay, what about it?
It was originally designed for the Nintendo 64.
Correct. But Nintendo didn't
It was gonna have to fit on 12 different cartridges.
Correct.
Holy shit!
Correct. And it was going to cost way too much money. And that is when the optical disc, if you will, came out, and it could hold what did they hold 700 megabytes of graphics or 700 megabytes of data, I believe, and they were able to do that. Yeah, I didn't know that. I did know that fact, but I did not know the fact of how many cartridges it was.
So let me ask you this question before we leave.
Okay.
Do you think that if Nintendo and Sony would have originally done the PlayStation together, do you think we would have been talking a different story about the PS5 to this day?
Yes. Because the Switch wouldn't exist. I don't think the Switch would exist because of...
I think it would.
I don't think it would. Because
Nintendo still had a home console and handheld.
Correct.
Yeah.
But if Nintendo...
I think the Switch would have been way different.
If Nintendo would have...
Nintendo would have done the handheld part.
If Nintendo would have got balls up their ass and decided, hey, I'm going to buy Sony, I honestly don't think it would have. I don't think it would have. But here's the thing I'll ask you. Final Fantasy VII Remake, how many parts do you think are going to be in? Have y'all played Final Fantasy VII?
Bro, it was so long ago when I played it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
played it all the way through. I mean,
I believe that we will be playing the end of this game on the next generation of consoles.
I don't think so.
You think every single game is going to come out on? Because let me explain something to you. I'm Adam. I'm going to give you a fun fact about me. Okay, I bought my PS4 in 2015. You know what was announced in 2015?
Let me see here.
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Fantasy VII Remake?
Correct. It's been 4 years. Don't get me wrong. They did restart the development on that game. But even Dave came out and said, hey, it's going to take the same amount of time to make part 2. I really don't think we're going to be... I think we're going to be playing the end of this on PS6 and whatever the new Xbox is at the point.
PS6?
Yeah, I'm being dead serious.
You think it's going to take that long?
Dude, it takes them 3.5 to 4 years to make a game. And you got to think about it. You got 8K coming out. 8K is going to be a thing. If this supports 8K, you know how long it takes to texture 8K shit? You know how big 8K shit's going to be? You know how big 4K shit is?
Like a day? It'll take a day?
What? To make?
12 hours? It's simple.
Well, I mean, if they had me, it'd be 5 minutes. I mean, wow. Simple. I mean, they just hire me, pay me millions of dollars. I'll do. Man, we got to end this goddamn show. All right, look, find us wherever. You know how to find us. Adam will have his fun facts next week because he's a screw up of an adult. We'll figure this shit out. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the ADHD Gamer, episode number 30. 30. It's right there in the corner. 30. I can see it. This has been episode number 30. Jonathan, say bye.
Bye.
Adam, say bye.
Good evening.
May the force be with all of you.
See you later, ADHD gamers.
I have spoken. Peace, everybody.
Later.